shape, President Trump adds the U.S. is only semi-negotiating with the Islamic Republic and is low-keying the talks. Iran, meanwhile, remains defiant, holding to a list of demands, including an end of the U.S. naval blockade, the withdrawal of all forces, and compensation for its losses. The Iranian regime has chosen a new leader for its National Security Council.
Mohsen Rezai is 71 years old and has long held senior military and political roles. And that is significant because there'd been speculation that Iran's rulers would start promoting a new generation of younger figures. Instead, the old guard seems still very much in charge. Mr. Rezai is also determined that Iran should continue to control the Strait of Hormuz. He's publicly stated it's far more important than acquiring nuclear weapons. Some observers suggest he's generally less willing to reach a peace deal with the U.S.
The BBC's Paul Moss. More details of Iran and Oman's deal to manage the Strait of Hormuz are emerging. Tehran suggests that any vessels linked to hostile countries will be barred from the waterway. It is a dire wildfire situation in western Canada.
British Columbia has declared a state of emergency as a wildfire continues to race through western Canada, forcing more than 20,000 people to evacuate from communities along Okanagan Lake. An undetermined number of homes have been destroyed. Officials say more than 100 wildfires are burning across the province, with nearly half of them out of control. And they say the hot, windy weather, along with a prolonged drought, could threaten more communities. I'm Donna Warder.
A couple of hundred wildfires also burning in the U.S. On Wall Street, ahead of this morning's opening bell, the Dow futures are down 127 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Mark?
I've been doing home remodeling for 30 plus years, but the economy crashed. I wound up losing my home, losing my job, and on top of that, owing the IRS a ton of money. I owed the IRS $114,000. It really, truly was the worst part of my life.
Then Mark found tax relief advocates.
On news radio, I heard about TRA, and I thought, what's the worst that could happen? So I picked up the phone and I called them. When it was all said and done, TRA settled my $114,000 debt for $100, and I'm telling you, I was ecstatic. Could not believe it. Would recommend TRA to anyone.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Mark did and call TRA for a consultation.
But TRA did. They gave me a second chance, and I'm forever grateful.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-575-8924. 800-575-8924. That's 800-575-8924.
ICE expects every officer and agent in the field to be equipped with a body camera by the end of the month.
This will be a rapid expansion that could provide an unprecedented visual record of the federal government's immigration enforcement operations. But whether the public will get to see that footage remains largely up to ICE. The agency defended its body-worn camera policy amid questions about provisions allowing ICE leadership to withhold or indefinitely delay footage after serious injuries or deaths in custody. John Scott reporting.
President Trump's expected to swear in Todd Blanche, his former personal lawyer, as Attorney General today after the Senate voted to confirm him early Saturday. His road to Attorney General confirmation not an easy one, with Democrats arrayed against him, along with Republican Senators Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski. Blanche confirmed in a 50-49 vote. News and analysis, townhall.com. A former president's facing a serious health challenge.
It's very debilitating in many respects, but he's still out there. He's still doing his thing.
You're listening to Hunter Biden, who tells the BBC his father's prostate cancer, which was reportedly found last year at stage 4, has spread to other parts of his body.
The cancer has spread, has metastasized into his bones and further. It's very painful.
Joe Biden was diagnosed 4 months after leaving the White House. He is 83 years old. Laura Winters reporting.
Europe's climate agency says this summer's Western Europe heat wave is one for the record books. The weather watchers at Copernicus say that the heat has shattered a 2022 average high temperature record for June and July. France now bracing for its 5th heat wave alert of the season, adding to an intense stretch of hot weather that repeatedly sent temperatures soaring across France and England. More details, townhall.com.
What in the the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio. Yeah!
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Monday, everybody. Woohoo! It's Monday. But hope you had a good weekend. Kind of a little bit wild weekend weather-wise. I mean, Friday night we had a hullabaloo storm going on, and that was interesting. Power was lost. I know some people, mine flickered at our house about, I don't know, was it 10:30 that Friday night? And ours flickered, went out for like less than a minute, and then came back on. And then it was good after that. But the lightning show and thunder and yeah, it was a doozy Friday. So hopefully everyone fared okay. I did see some people had a little wind damage and things, nothing major. But I did see a few branches and things lying around and stuff disheveled around. But yeah, kind of crazy. And then just hot and sunny for the rest of the weekend there. But hopefully all of you had a good weekend. Back to the grind for full-on normal week number 2 here as kids start school for the second, I guess, first full week, second full week, I don't know what you call it, here today. So enjoy. Kind of everyone should be back in their normal routine, so good stuff. Hey, something that is happening today I want to put on your radars. Of course, there's a lot of talk and, good, bad, ugly, people, wanting information and about data centers and things. Well, the Roswell and Chaves County EDC is hosting a meeting that's it's an open floor for local leadership and citizens to ask questions and discuss the impacts of this kind of stuff. And it's happening today at 2 p.m., and it's going to be at the Roswell Elks Lodge at 1720 North Montana. Seating is limited. To secure your seat, please RSVP. They'd say by Wednesday, but check today if you're just hearing stuff by going to info@chavescounty.net. So if you're just hearing about it, which I was seeing the stuff, I think it was just put in the paper over the weekend and all that too. So yeah, all that good stuff. Hey, you're here.
I'm here. Yeah. I know it's a weird turn of events. I still have to take the kids to school, but I actually have them, so I don't have to go all the way out to the base.
Ah, nice.
That's saving me a couple of extra minutes. But
how was the birthday weekend?
It was busy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna put it this way: I've never been happier for a weekend to be over. I had a lot of fun. It was great to see. My sister. Mm-hmm. I was not expecting. My sister came into town from Oklahoma, which was
a surprise
awesome.
Pop in, if you will.
And so that was really cool. And she's done stuff with me and my friends group before, like we've been to concerts and stuff, and she's kind of ingrained herself into the friends group, and so it's really cool when she comes around because it's like an old friend popping back in. But I went to trivia on Friday. Actually, I ended up getting stuck in the storm trying to get home.
Ah, did you?
Like I was right here downtown when it was like sideways raining.
Okay.
And it was bad there for a minute, but luckily that all subsided. And then Saturday we loaded up. We loaded 5 people into a it was a two-seat truck, or 2 seats in the front, bucket or bench seat in the back.
Right.
But 3 grown adults in the back, 2 in the front, and they were all very grown adults. So it was a cramped trip, but we all made the trip. Myself, my sister Jocelyn, our friend Pam, and Misty up to Santa Fe.
Nice.
To check out the phenomenally over at Meow Wolf. It was a really, really cool experience.
Nice. Was it a day trip or?
It was a little day trip. We rounded off. Kind of came. We ended up going to Albuquerque to stop off at a place, and then we came home from there. But that Meow Wolf show, man, it's funny too, because I feel like what they do is they set it up to where people are exhausted. They've been walking around, climbing up stuff, trying to like fit through little doors to get into like secret crevices inside Meow Wolf. And a lot of people were just like, oh, all right, we ready to go?
Right.
And that's when they start the show. And it's very interactive because like they go and they like grab people out of the crowd and they bring them in. And it's a whole stage and floor show, and it goes about 15, 20 minutes. But it's really cool. It's super interactive. And every single Meow Wolf has a different presentation of it.
Okay.
Like the one that Misty and Jocelyn went to in Vegas at Omega Mart, they had like opera singers, and it was very operatic. Here, it was full-blown New Mexican vibe. They had like some legendary cumbia singer come out, and he, full garb, and he was playing the guitar, and he was singing to one of the Meow Wolf characters, which was really awkward. He got on one knee at one point.
Wow!
But it was really cool, and you can kind of feel how like they've coated it with the flavor of where they're at. And there's locations in Texas, here, Colorado, and California. So each one of those has its own kind of unique take
flair
on it.
to it.
Yeah, but
cool.
it was a really cool experience.
So you got the New Mexican experience.
That's right.
So, very
That's
cool.
Right. So
good deal. So it sounds like a good weekend overall.
it was indeed. It was busy, and like I said, it was. I was very much looking forward to the times when, after everything was said and done, I could just go and sleep.
Yeah. So did your sister head back to Oklahoma, or she off
she
Gallivanting?
went to Ruidoso. We have her husband, my brother-in-law's sister, lives in Ruidoso, so she popped up there to visit that side of the family and hang out for a bit.
Okay.
She's coming back through, I think, today.
Oh, nice.
And if we can arrange it time-wise, one thing she didn't get a chance to do, my sister works with a domestic abuse shelter in Oklahoma, and she was really interested in seeing the cooling center that Food Not Bombs has put together out there. So hopefully, if time works out, when she comes back through, we're going to pop in, give her a quick tour of the cooling center. So.
All right. I think some people might be able to make that happen.
So, I gotta pull
some arrangements in there.
strings, but,
I know a guy knows a guy knows a guy.
All in all, it was a busy weekend.
Well, good. Good for you. Yeah, mine was relatively quiet. I had my in-laws came through yesterday, and so we all had brunch at Tia Sophia's, and that was fun. And kind of quiet Saturday. Did some things around the house, and I did watch a movie. It's the one where the movie's called Pressure.
Okay.
And it's the movie where Brendan Fraser plays Dwight D. Eisenhower. It's basically the planning of D-Day, the weather. And that's really what this movie's about the meteorologist, the British meteorologist he's brought in, the American guy, and they're debating on whether they should attack on June 5th, D-Day. Because of the weather. Well, obviously, y'all know your history. We did it on June 6th, so but it's a good movie.
Film stars Andrew Scott as Chief Meteorologist Captain James Stagg and Brendan Fraser as General Dwight D. Eisenhower, chronicling its intense 72-hour countdown to the Normandy landing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I watched that. It was pretty good.
That's really cool that it looks at it from the meteorological perspective.
Yeah.
That's not one that you think about very often. But yeah, if you're planning a ground invasion, you want to make sure you're doing so under decent conditions.
Yeah.
Or proper conditions.
You are doing this at an inopportune time, mister.
You just watch your mouth, mister.
My automation system's like saying, hey, we're not going to work right now. And I'm like, by golly, you sure are.
Hey, I'm a computer. I'm not going to compute right now. Decided to take a personal day.
Like, otherwise, we ain't controlling the station for the next 3 hours.
Computers don't get mental health days.
That's right. All right, let me give you the rundown for today's show. Speaking of Tia Sophia's, we're going to play the interview we had with Vanessa and Courtney and Casey from Tia Sophia's. They joined us on Thursday, brought a bevy of food.
They really did.
By the way, I had the biggest sopapilla yesterday God has ever made. It literally came out this big.
Was it at Tia Sophia's?
Yes.
Yeah, it's because they knew who they were serving. They're like, make a big one for this one.
It was literally like, it was literally that big, dude.
It takes two hands to handle a Tia Sophia soap.
You got to watch the video, but it's like that.
That's awesome.
It was pretty good. But anyway, they joined us on Thursday on the show, so we're going to play that interview here in mere moments. In the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to replay interview. I think we also had it that day, a Thursday as well. We had Tomas Jankowski and Susie Millen join us with Eastern New Mexico Medical Center. They have a stroke support group, and I had a great conversation with them. And matter of fact, their next class is coming up in like the 19th here in a couple days. So we'll play that interview here in the 8 o'clock hour. In the 9 o'clock hour, we're scheduled to have Carrie Moore join us from the Chaves County Health Council. She'll recap the health fair just had and give us an update on what else is on the horizon.
Yes, indeed.
There you go.
By the way, got to shout out Mike and Noel from Salvation Army.
Yes.
Once again, fantastic breakfast weekend.
Yeah, they just had it their, I guess, back to school. It missed their week off. They're supposed to be they're coming in
They're
this
coming
Friday.
in Friday, and I have it on authority. They do have stuff to talk about.
Good.
So
I
don't
figured
worry.
they would.
Don't worry.
I figured
they got
they would.
some events coming up in the next couple of weeks. They're going to be promoting, so look forward to that. But once again, humongous thank you to the fine folks at Salvation Army for breakfast. But I only bring it up for this reason.
Yes.
So the special for this last breakfast was the charro beans. And boy, they were good. I ate an entire bowl of these beans. Now, bear in mind, I did this before climbing into a truck full of people.
Then you go to a truck
and then we went to Meow Wolf. But here's what happened. It didn't really hit me until
it's going to be another 10 years where his sister visits him, by the way.
It didn't happen. It didn't hit me until we were in Meow Wolf, until we were in the House of Eternal Return. So the way it's set up like a house with different rooms, like the kitchen, the dining room. You're wandering through trying to find the piece of the story. Yeah. And here I am and thank God they were silent. But I'm just wandering over into random corners of the room looking at something and just dropping heat. And then I kind of go over to another side of the room and I see people walk into that part of the room and their faces contort. It was my own side quest at Meow Wolf.
So thanks to the
Salvation Army.
He just crop dusted the entire Meow Wolf.
Oh, and by the way, if you were at Meow Wolf this weekend, it was me.
Johnson's in that room going, that was that smell. That's what that smell. I knew it wasn't in there. When I still smelled it in the truck, I knew it wasn't there.
I didn't comp till after either, so that tracks.
Man, that's literally done dirty.
It made it a little extra fun that way.
For you.
It was indeed the House of Eternal Return that day.
It was more like Meow Ralph. All right, we're gonna pause the weather, take a break, and then we're gonna cleanse the palate, literally, and talk Tia Sophia's. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Witters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Everything looks pretty dry for most of the upcoming week with a big high pressure system still in place over Texas, and that's covering our area too. Right around 100 for the afternoon highs today, and we'll be getting sunshine, just a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear, lows near 70, and then low 100s for the high on Tuesday, and Wednesday will stay sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Hey, Roswell. Time is running out to cash in on some of the biggest savings of the season. The loan and lease termination sales event is happening right now at Roswell Ford. Drive away with a truckload of savings in a brand new Ford F-Series pickup with financing as low as 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Upside down in your current car, truck, or SUV and want out early? Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your trade, even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. Have less than perfect credit? Roswell Ford works with a network of aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford during our loan and lease termination event and get huge savings on all new F-Series trucks, America's top-selling pickup in each of the past 49 years. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 36 months is $27.78 per thousand finance on F-150 trucks. Excludes Raptor. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
Good morning. This is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. Another dog days of summer run for this week. We expect to sell 500 head. Breaking down like this: 50 to 75 weight cows and bulls, 50 to 75 cow-calf pairs and bred cows, 12 young Angus breeding bulls, and 350 to 375 calves and yearlings today. So it would include 15 to 20 cow-calf pairs, mostly excellent quality black-white face, red-white face English crossbred cows of black and white face calves. Pairs 3 to 8 years old, 20 bred cows, excellent quality black white face and Charolais crossbred cows, bred to Angus and Charolais bulls, 3 to 8 years old, 12 Angus bulls, excellent quality purebred commercial Angus, G13 Angus genetics out of Elida, New Mexico, 16 months old virgin bulls. They weigh 1,200 pounds, trick fertility tested, good flesh, ready to brand them and turn them out and put them to work. 39 heifer calves, the Flying W Diamond Ranch at Capitan, New Mexico. They are replacement quality black Angus heifer calves, Bovishield Gold, 1-shot, 7-way, pink eye vaccine, Dectamax wormer at Brandon, 550 pounds, 25 calves, Mr. Aaron Kidd at Carlsbad, excellent quality, 80% black white face, Angus crossbred cattle weaned 45 days, 1 round of shots, medium condition, 375, 500 pounds, 21 light yearlings, Felice River Ranch here south of Roswell. Good to excellent quality black Angus and Brangus cross yearlings at the end of medium condition, 550, 675 pounds, 15 calves, the Bar Guitar Ranch at Picacho, New Mexico. Excellent quality black Angus and Brangus crossbred calves, cattle weaned 60 days, 2 rounds of shots, 375, 500 pounds and 16 calves, the L6 Cattle Ranch, Corona, New Mexico. Excellent quality black Angus calves, cattle are weaned, 2 rounds of shots, 400, 525 pounds. Sale time this morning will be 9 o'clock. Sale pairs, bred cows, 9:15, 9:30, followed by the Angus breeding bulls. Be selling calves and yearlings around 10 a.m. Real short on weight cows and bulls, be on pairs, breds. The bull calves, yearlings, pretty quick. We expect to sell 500 head here today. This is Smiley Wooten.
Here's our Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. The U.S. Treasury once considered producing donut-shaped coins. They instead decided to go with coin-shaped donuts. Here's Mike Winters.
In the studio this morning. From about 2 blocks away.
One block.
Really, yeah. One block.
Literally, one block away.
Yeah, we're on 3rd, 4th, 1 block away. Vanessa, Courtney, and KZ joining us this morning from Tia Sophia's. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Mike. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for coming to Roswell. Like, this is, like, I don't know if you've heard, like, how I found out about Tia Sophia's, but... Like, I do the morning show, so I interview people, and so I talk to, like, legislators and a lot of, elected officials, and they spend a lot of time in Santa Fe. And I'm one of these guys, it's like, you're there for 2 months, where do you eat? What do you do?
Yeah.
And every single one of them talk about Tia Sophia's. Every single person talks about Tia Sophia's. I had Teresa Ledger Fernandez on just about a month ago, right when you all just opened.
Oh, yeah.
And she was in town, and I said, by the way, Tia Sophia's just opened 2 blocks over. She goes, oh, really? I got to go. And she's like literally talking to her people, like, can we get in there and get on over?
Exactly. It's an institution in Santa Fe for sure.
Yeah.
We've been around 51 years up in Santa Fe.
Yeah, you're literally a staple. It
is. And we come from a family of restaurateurs, and so...
So how did you migrate to a Roswell location? Did the family just say we're going south because we like it hotter? Or how did this work?
Well, my daughter Courtney moved down here.
Okay.
4 years ago?
Yeah, about 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they had been living with us, and so 3 of the 5 grandkids are hers.
Gotcha.
And when they moved out of the house, it killed me.
Oh, I know. I was like, thank you for having kids. You brought Tia Sophia's indirectly.
She really did. We were visiting, 3, 4, 5 times a month just because they're family.
Right.
And so we were down here one day, and we were finding a place to have lunch on a Sunday, and my husband said, how would you feel about opening a second Tia Sophia's in Roswell? And my first thought was, well, don't throw me in the briar patch.
Right.
If I get more time with my family, I'm happy about that.
I'm listening.
But I told him, I said, don't threaten me with a good time. And that's literally the quote that I said. It was said, don't threaten me with a good time. And we just kind of put it out there that this is kind of a place where we could do a second restaurant. I feel like my husband really wanted his own branch of the family tree because he bought the restaurant from his parents.
Gotcha.
So it truly has been a family-run restaurant.
Gotcha.
And
this is kind of like the next branch on the tree, so to speak, or the next generation or next evolution, so to speak.
It is.
Yeah.
And so it's been a endeavor, and we found the building with the help of Courtney's husband, and we've just been having a good time running it and doing it.
Yeah, the food's been amazing, but let's just say if they've given you a hurdle, like potential, like you've kind of seen it in the first, between plumbing issues.
Yes.
There's like there's a list. But,
there is definitely a list. But it's one of those things that makes you stronger.
Sure.
You grow, you learn, and it's forced Courtney to step more into the manager role while I focus on the issues that have come up that we've been able to fix.
Sure.
And so it's meant that Courtney's had to get her feet really wet.
Trial by fire, literally, on this here, too. But it also does help that Tia Sophia's has been around for 50-plus years.
Correct.
And we kind of know a thing or two about a thing or two, and so we've seen something like this before.
Yes, exactly.
And so, it's like, guess what? Now it's your turn to get to experience that. But does it? I would also argue too, though. But does it kind of make the victory sweeter a little bit? Like despite, I mean, yes, you'd rather not have those issues,
right?
But that being said, once you overcome them and like things are like where you want them, you're kind of like, all right,
it's that light at the end of the tunnel,
right? Yeah, I get that.
It's a sweet feeling.
Yeah, I get that, and so now all we, the public, have to do is just come see the winnings. Come sample. Come try breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and see. Now, I'm curious. Does this menu mirror to the one in Santa Fe, or are they two different menus?
So it mirrors Santa Fe.
Okay.
Down to a T.
Gotcha. Okay.
Breakfast and lunch do, and it's kind of neat. We had a longtime customer in Santa Fe named Pat Casey. He was an attorney. Pat Casey would come in every day, twice a day, breakfast and lunch without fail. And he unfortunately passed away. And he always ordered off menu. So we put on our menu the Pat Casey special, which is the one thing he ordered.
That was his go-to staple.
Yes. And the reason why that's important is I've had attorneys here in Roswell that have come in and they're like, is that Pat? Like Pat Casey?
The
Pat Casey? And so it's very fitting for Pat because he never met a stranger, and that attorneys here know him. And so that was our little nod to Pat. And so it's nice to have that translate down here.
Sure.
New for us, though, is the dinner menu. We don't serve dinner up in Santa Fe at all.
That is exclusive Roswell.
Yes. That is exclusive to Roswell.
Very good.
And Courtney, I think, worked with our head chef at the time to come up. We have a very specific to Roswell. We have a dinner plate called the Roswell plate that we also do as a lunch special. So if you want to talk about
Spill
that.
the beans?
Spill the chili?
I'd say spill the tea, but that don't appropriate.
No.
we can
smother
spill
that.
The chili.
Smother it in chili, girl. You got this. Red, green, or Christmas.
Right. So, it was a lot of fun coming up with the exclusive dinner menu.
Gotcha.
Our Roswell plate, it's a thin cut Black Angus steak.
We are cow country, so
Yes, and served with either a chili relleno or a cheese enchilada.
Nice.
And then either refried beans or whole beans and rice, and you can smother it red, green, or Christmas.
Nice.
And that has been a very highly popular dish since we've.
It's been a kind of a Roswell staple and everything.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got to admit, I've kind of I don't know if I can like name a favorite yet because I've kind of had a couple things and I keep missing breakfast. Like that's the one because I'm here or just my weekends are worked out where I could get out in time.
Well, you'll be happy to know we brought you an entire set of 6 wonderful things that we serve. We've got huevos rancheros for you. We've got blue corn pinon pancakes.
Nice.
We have.
I've been seeing that on the menu. I'm like, dude, that's actually
so
one.
They're
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
We also brought your counterpart. He was talking about fried bologna.
Yeah, now him and I. That's kind of our old poor people growing up as a kid, and your grandma fixed you fried bologna kind of thing. Yeah. So it hits that note.
But we brought some 2 eggs and toast and some fried bologna.
Awesome.
Carne adobada. So we just brought a little bit for y'all to try back there.
Man.
Yeah, there's a breakfast burrito.
I swear I'm gonna give you full time. I'm not gonna end this early to go eat. I
You're
fine. You're so great.
We would understand. I mean, food.
I was thinking, hey, we're done. Thank you, guys. We'll see you later.
Get out so I can eat.
Exactly.
So, all right, now I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Okay.
Like, what's your go-to? Like when you're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's your menu go-to?
So my grandson, Bronson, who just started kindergarten this year, got me started on the cheese enchiladas red and eating them with tortilla chips. So that's kind of my
I get
go-to.
that. No, I get, it's like nachos, but
And he got it from one of our servers, Adonica.
Okay.
She was doing it, and he was at the restaurant.
Is that going to be a menu
one day.
item now? Can I request the nachos? I mean, you get them with
but you can get the red chili cheese enchiladas and just get a basket of chips
and do it yourself.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I do.
Yeah.
But, maybe we make it a menu item just to remind people.
So
hey, try them with chips.
The grandkids, all the grandkids, including Casey here, have a menu item on our children's menu named after them.
So what's your go-to or what's your signature?
So on the kids' menu for breakfast, I have the Casey's French toast.
Okay.
And then on the lunch menu, it's Casey's quesadilla.
Ooh. So now I got to ask, what are you slipping in your quesadilla?
I like the steak quesadillas.
Can't go wrong with that. Steak and cheese and a tortilla. I mean, that's kind of hard to mess that up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Casey, what's your go-to meal?
Off the regular menu, not the kids.
The tamales with green chili.
Yeah, can't go wrong with the tamales.
Tamales are good.
Yeah.
They are good.
And and I don't care what they say. Every season's tamale season. I know we have to think about it more usually on the holidays and things.
Right.
But nah, you like. And I'm not gonna lie, the best tamales are usually out in a parking lot. Like
We were just talking about that.
Like, to be honest, we were talking. It's like the dude at the Albertsons parking lot, like the best tamales in town.
We were talking about that. Courtney, what's your go-to?
So one of my go-tos is I get a ground beef stuffed sopapilla, and I add rice in it.
Okay.
And then I top it with 2 over medium eggs with red chili and cheese. Chef's kiss. Nice.
Now that gets me to my next subject, the sopapilla, because and I've said it. And I'm like, I know it's a bold statement. And now pull back the curtain. I'm not native New Mexican. I've been here since the '90s, so I got a long history. But I'm not native, and I'm prepared to say that, like you guys, I have never had a better sopapilla than what you guys do.
So our sopapillas are still made by hand.
Got it.
So they're not mixed in a mixer. Our biggest adjustment with the sopapillas is that in Santa Fe we're at 7,000 feet.
Okay.
So we had to readjust, our recipe.
Makes sense.
For half that elevation. And it's turned out really, really well. But the recipe is they're made by hand. There's no mixes. They measure everything. They make them every morning.
Like I like sopapillas, and like when I go to a restaurant, I'm like, oh nice, got a sopapilla. Now I'm like, they better give me my sopapilla. You know what I mean? It's almost
it's a bar.
I'm here for the
litmus.
like this is I love this part, but I'm really here to make sure I get that at the end. You know?
Exactly. And they come with our meals. So everybody for lunch
gets
and dinner, everybody gets one. And most people like to pour honey on them. Some people like to put
they eat it with their chili,
right? The cinnamon sugar, all that.
There a breakfast sopapilla option? Like, can we? I know there's the menu, and I'm just saying, but I'm thinking, those sopapilla stuffed eggs.
We have brainstormed some ideas.
Like an egg.
Mike, you're gonna have to give us some recipes, and then we'll bring them for you to taste.
I'm just
test
wondering,
us.
and I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm an expert eater, but not maker. I just didn't know, like a stuffed sopapilla with like a burrito, but
right.
I'm wondering if that's a thing. I don't know if it is.
If we can do ice cream stuff, sopapillas, I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know if you like a smother job or like a handheld. I'm not sure what's the way to go.
Are you requesting that it be named after you, the Mike Winters stuffed breakfast sopapilla?
Hey, I'm down with that.
Okay, because we
I'm not
can
gonna
do
lie.
that.
We can do that.
The guy next room, you'll make him uber jealous. Like his whole goal in life is to be named after a sandwich or something. He wants
fried
that
bologna.
You know what? If you give him fried bologna, I think he'd name a kid after you.
If you're willing to. If you're willing to be a guinea pig, we can try this for you. It's only a block away. Mike, I got your stuffed breakfast sopapilla. You want to try it?
I'm just thinking, maybe, and I'm thinking it could be even like your French toast idea. Like it's a little savory sweet situation going on. Like maybe, I don't know. Kind of like a breakfast, like a Monte Cristo Mexican thingy going on. Thinking, I'm just saying.
Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
Well, the sopapillas tend to lend themselves to the sweet side too, so that would work. But we've done Frito pies in sopapillas.
That'd be pretty amazing.
Like you just filled it,
right?
Like instead of the bag.
Screw a soup bowl. Give me a fajita sopapilla.
Exactly.
No, that's not the right word.
Frito pie.
Frito pie sopapilla. That's what I want.
Where the sopapilla becomes the bag. We've done that up in Santa Fe quite a bit. So.
That's great.
So a breakfast sopapilla is not out of the question now that you're bringing it up.
Saying, I think like if all the this is like if we go into the lab, this is maybe the direction I'm thinking.
Well, if I go into the kitchen and then I can text you and say, "Hey, we have the first iteration of the Mike Winters breakfast sopapilla."
Yeah, I will sacrifice for the team to go there.
There you go.
But in the meantime, folks, come if you have not had breakfast, lunch, and or dinner or any of the above. Come visit Tia Sophia's. It's family. It's a family restaurant, family dining. It is. I keep calling it quintessential New Mexican cuisine.
Thank you.
Like it is. Like I'm not gonna lie. Since growing up in since living in New Mexico and being here, I've become a Mexican snob, food snob. Mm-hmm. Texas disappoints me every time. I'm like, as soon as I go to Lubbock, I'm like, I'm not eating Mexican food. It's just a waste of time to eat Mexican. No, they got shut up.
We're not Tex-Mex,
right? And Mexican food from Mexico is amazing, but it's not quite the same as New Mexican.
No.
It's a different, and so that's why I'm like, if you want a New Mexican restaurant, Tio Sophia's is absolutely that is New Mexican food.
Thank you.
That is like if you want a definition, that to me that's quintessential.
And there's a difference between northern New Mexican and southern New Mexican food.
Well, and like you get like other places they'll do like a Jalisco style and all that, and that's not New Mexican. It's not saying it's not bad. It's delicious, but it's different styles, different. And your guys' Mexican food is New Mexico tradition.
It is. And one of the things we've stressed is no, we don't have menudo. We don't have ceviche. We don't have those Mexican dishes. But for us, that ensures that there's room on the street for anybody.
Sure.
Meaning, if you have a favorite restaurant that you get that at, go patron them.
Absolutely.
Go patron them. If you want some different northern New Mexican food where we celebrate the chili and the heat.
Beauty of enjoying local business.
Exactly.
Where you're like, I go here for my sopapillas, I go here for my menudo, I go here for my barbecue, whatever that is.
Exactly.
You know, that
and
is.
So there's room for everybody on the street is how we look at it.
Yeah, that's the way and so come make it a part of your rotation of places you come to see. And I will tell you this, and part of it's proximity, but I know there's a lot of teachers and educators that they're full on versed with Tia Sophia's because a lot of them will walk over from the admin building.
Yeah, they do.
They're kind of a block away. I mean, it's convenient downtown, but you know, the word gets out. I mean, it's out there.
But
too.
also, I'm a retired educator.
So that
I did 25 years in education, and we give our teachers discounts.
My wife is right behind you. She's at 29th year right now. She's gonna do 30. That's her goal. So.
But we give military discounts. We give teacher discounts if you let us know you're a teacher.
I'm a double whammy. Half damn.
There you
if I go with my wife because she's
right.
I'm the best.
And then we are on the
EMS.
Fire EMS, and then also Charlie's Angels. We're part of that.
Yeah.
So we do try and give back a little bit where we can, but it's our veterans and our teachers that we.
That's your heart.
That's where our heart is, and our first responders.
And let's face it, right now you're still rooting in the community. I mean, you've been open 2-3 months now
since April.
Since April, so you're still kind of and oh, by the way, every pummeling issue, whatever like you have. I mean, you're just now starting to. We have normal hours now that the regular ones not.
Yes.
We're just now starting to get there. So yeah, you still gotta kind of
We're tilling the land and we're planting roots.
Yeah,
and
you're still building the house a little bit.
We are.
Right.
Yeah.
And we understand that. And school's starting. We were lucky to be open during the UFO festival.
Yeah.
That was huge.
How was that for you? How was that experience for you guys first time?
Well, Thursday we had a fire. Friday we reopened.
Well, it wasn't a fire.
I mean, when you talk about one thing after another,
not good.
It was a breaker panel in the alley.
Not the restaurant. It was a breaker panel, but still, it shut us down for a couple hours. We recouped. We had an amazing weekend. It was so
that's
good.
just it. Once all the kinks get worked out, the food's really good. I promise. That's gotta. Once the fires get out, the plumbing's out. Doing
what's the next shoe that's gonna drop? Hopefully none.
Well, don't hold the beer moment because it will.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we're doing okay, and so we're looking forward to the air races. We think that's going to be fun. But we're
getting a lot of positive feedback on our dinner hours.
Yes.
That's a really big one that I've been seeing a lot. The fact that we're open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah.
It kind of gives those, the bankers, the teachers,
you can have a nice meal downtown here, after 6 p.m. It's kind of nice
right,
sometimes.
With those folks that don't get out of work until, 5, 6 o'clock, they still have that time to come and try us out.
Sure.
And that's a big thing that we noticed when we rolled out our dinner hours was seeing more of the locals come in, the first timers. And they're like, we are so happy that you're open for dinner, and the fact that we've integrated some of our lunch menu into our dinner menu as well, along with our brand new, exclusive, dinner items.
Absolutely.
We've gotten a lot of really good positive feedback just for being open later.
A lot of times if you had their lunch menu, you'll see a lot of, there'll be a few additions, but a lot of those favorites from lunch are also on that dinner menu.
But also talk about what we're doing with game day.
Oh, yeah. So there's a business called Game Day.
Okay.
Over off Sunset.
It's the pool hall off of Sunset.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
So we started a pretty much daily catering job with them.
So while they're over there playing 9-ball or billiards, whatever, it's like, hey, come.
They have the arcade, they have the pool hall, and then they have darts, and they run tournaments out of there. But they have essentially a warming kitchen, concessions.
And so now they got some of the best food in town right now.
So
while they're doing that.
We've been 4 or 5 nights a week, sometimes more. We're supplying them with food, and
that's very good.
That's kind of fun. That's a whole different area of town and clientele that people are enjoying our food as well.
Excellent. And by the way, too, like I said, it's a New Mexican restaurant, but there are some classic American, like if you want a burger or a sandwich or some fish or something like
salad.
That. Yeah. You've got not everything's Mexican or New Mexican.
Right. We have salmon.
You got
and
someone on your menu that's not into all
right.
that.
We have the salmon, and we have the burgers, and our burgers are handmade. We don't just do a frozen one. We actually mix in the herbs and spices.
One day I was like, I don't want all the chili and stuff. My stomach's not there, but give me a burger, and the burger was delicious. It was great.
Yeah, and then we do chicken and things like that. So it's been really good.
Trust me, you're gonna the first meal you have there, you're gonna be like, that's good. Now, they're on the DoorDashes and all that, but. For the first time for you to go eat Tia Sophia's, to give it a true, you got to eat it in the restaurant where it's freshly prepared right there.
Everything.
I mean, it's going to be delicious in your little star, but it's 20, 30 minutes, however minute long it took to get to you. It's not going to be the freshest way to have it.
It's always that, that delivery time. Yeah. It's always the delivery time.
So come dine in, come sit down and enjoy a meal. And there's plenty of great seating. You can accommodate. You got the big, large tables to accommodate big groups and everything in there too. And so
we love to meet new people. So, what I always tell people is come in, introduce yourself, tell us how you found out about us, whether it be from seeing me on TikTok or Facebook.
Follow
or
you guys on. I know Facebook. You have I know I'm on Facebook and I see that all the time. I don't know where else you're on social media. But,
TikTok. We have a TikTok page.
Okay, very good.
We have an Instagram page.
I'm the older one. She's more to TikTok. I'm like, I got the Facebook.
That's me. Instagram, and I'm like, thank gosh we have somebody that's doing our socials for us.
And yes, we call it the Facebook. So
the Book of Face.
Yeah. So I always encourage people, come in, introduce yourself, tell us how you found out about us, and
I just stumble upon us.
Yeah. And because we love to sit there and just chit chat and get to know who you are, Well,
and this is part of a family business, and like you're not a chain making, you're here serving the people of Roswell, and so you want to hang out with the people of Roswell, and it's like, what do you? You know what? Let's be a part of the community.
And we've grown a lot of good friendships with customers, and like Chuck, he's here. He comes in literally every day, sometimes twice a day, or when we're open for dinner, he's coming back for dinner, Nice. Sometimes he'll just stay and hang out the entire day.
Nice. He'll roll silverware for us.
Oh, yeah, he'll roll silverware for us. So he helps out.
Put him to work.
He'll even seat people for us,
If we're busy.
If we're busy.
It's Chuck.
Chuck.
Now he starts going through. It's like, hey, I filled your section. Go ahead and get up.
Pretty much. Then we have a problem.
Yeah. And then we have another Charles that comes in. He tries to come in about every day, and he'll come for lunch and dinner.
He was a customer up in Santa Fe for 20 years, then moved to Roswell. And he said that was one of the things he missed was being able to go to Tia Sophia's.
I gotta imagine he's looking at this as spiritual, like this is an omen. It was like,
he's got his own table. Yes. He gets upset at us if his table's taken when he comes in, but he'll begrudgingly sit somewhere else.
If I have to be at his table when he gets there, you can bump me.
Exactly.
Okay. I'll be like, no, I'll give it up to that dude.
Exactly.
This is his mecca.
Right. Yeah.
But we truly are a family restaurant, and it's something that we want to see with longevity. With Casey, she's wanted to work in our restaurant since Nick and I got married. 10 years ago, Nick and I got married, and Casey was 5 years old. And she was like, when can I work in the restaurant? And we're like, well, when you're 14, because in New Mexico, family-run restaurant, you have to wait till you're 14. So every single year, we'd get together over the summer. That's our Christmas present to everybody, is we pay for a family vacation. And every year there would be this, I've got 5 years. Papu, I've got 5 years. Grandma, I've got 4 years. Grandma, I've got 3 years.
Did
Grandma,
you have like a calendar on the wall? You're checking off a day every day.
A mental calendar.
Like the cartoons, yeah.
So last year was her first year to come, and she got to work with us in Santa Fe and kind of learn the ropes. And so it's been, it truly is a family restaurant.
That's great.
We don't care that there's noisy kids. We don't care that there's a mess on the floor. Like, come in, sit down, enjoy
make our
a meal.
Home your home.
Exactly.
It is. And we have a bookshelf in the back with kids' books for kids to read if they want and things like that.
It's a lot of fun.
And my kids like to go and hang out on the weekends, and they like to work,
Sure. And I've also seen you guys
people and bus and.
But just even like customer service, like I've seen like like because orders get wrong. I think that just life happens like that. Yeah. But every time I've seen when those things happen, you put boom, 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 boom. I mean, it's like, hey,
you make it right.
Yeah, we make it right as fast. I mean, that's what you love when you go to
our
a business.
Our staff is great about that, though.
It's just a good dining
very
experience.
Very attentive, and if you don't like something, we're still gonna make it right. And
you just need to tell us.
We'll
find it.
Get
make
you
it
something that you do like. You know?
Yeah.
No charge. Like there's no reason. We'll fix it. We'll make it right. 9 times out of 10.
Then we get it right, and then you come back and have it again.
Exactly. And that's what we look forward to, and that's what we appreciate the most.
So if you haven't, come see it. Come for, we still got a little bit of time for breakfast if you're on your way here, but come for lunch today or dinner. Or you know what? I don't know if I hope for your breakfast numbers have ticked up on Saturdays a little bit, because I know they've been having the farmers market Saturdays out
really
here,
good.
and they're literally a stone's throw from that. You can walk right over and have breakfast. So after you're done buying all your produce and arts and crafts, come have or fuel up before and then head on over. Come on.
Here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Today only. If you tell us when you come in all day through 8 o'clock tonight that you heard us on the Mike Winters show, you're going to get 20% off your meal.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, that's nice.
We'll do that. Not just 10%. We're going to give you 20% if you just tell us you heard us on the radio.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
Well,
So we're on the corner of 4th and Richardson.
Yes, 4th and Richardson. First time I said 3rd because I was thinking of my place, I guess. I don't know. It's a block over.
Yeah, exactly. Just stand out there with the sandwich board, Mike.
There you go.
It's one block. But yeah.
Yeah, if you're old school where Schlotsky's used to be back in the day, that's where.
Correct. Yep. That's it.
But yes, that's the location. Come enjoy it. Thank you guys for bringing all that food. I am so excited.
I can't wait to have you all try
I'm so excited. I was like, they're like, do you want to bring it on the radio? I was like, I mean, to show stuff, sure, but I can't eat on the radio and talk. I was like, oh, this next thing you know, I'm like, what are y'all saying? I'm busy eating. I'm not.
We're
you're still here.
We're talking. Okay.
Wait, either he's really hungry, he's not talking. He's not talking. What do we need to do? We'll fill in for you, Mike.
But yes, please come. We'd love to have you anytime.
This is great. Thank you.
Yeah, if that thing happens, I want to.
Okay,
that sounds delightful.
Will that be the one exception?
What's that?
If we get the Mike Winters breakfast sopapilla, we'll get that on air.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, that one we'll do on air.
Oh, guaranteed. Yes.
Bacon, sausage, bologna, or ham.
Yeah. See, normally when I do eat on the air, yes. Normally when I
all of the above.
All of the above.
No, you know what? I don't know. It depends on my. Bacon's always my go-to. I mean, you can't go wrong with bacon.
That's good to know. We don't want to go wrong, but we're going to do this.
But normally when I eat on the air, it's usually gross things, like some kind of Jones soda that tastes like green beans.
Yeah, no.
Or
well, make an exception for
crickets.
something good. No.
No, we do try a lot of funky things. Like the last thing I had that wasn't
there a peanut butter something y'all did?
Yeah, like well, we're going to try because we saw people on TikTok and all that doing it. It's peanut butter pickle sandwiches.
Yeah, and you were trying to decide between sweet or dill.
Yeah, and they were like down with it.
I could get behind that.
I'm thinking it might not be bad. I'm thinking, I'm willing to try.
I could get behind that.
Okay, for that day, you tell me when it is. I will bring you a peanut butter and pickle stuff.
That might be a bridge too far. I don't know.
Sopapilla makes it any better.
I mean, we got Dagwood peanut butter. I don't know.
I don't know.
But,
I'm not sure.
But come have fun. Come enjoy.
Absolutely.
Come bring your family. Come.
Yes, please.
Come meet our newest member of the community here.
Thank you.
Come be a part of it. And I'm telling you, prove me wrong. I dare you. They're the best sopapillas you ever had. Prove me wrong. Go in there and see it, and I'll be like, I can't. They're the best ones I've ever had.
It's still made by hand.
Yeah.
Don't hit a machine.
No, like I said, I don't know.
The only machine that they do touch is the flat roller.
Yeah, the flat roller to get them an
You give me enough of them, I'll become a machine and eat. My doctor will be very angry, but
there you go.
Diabetes. But anyway, thank you guys so much.
Well, thank you for having us.
We will see you again soon.
That sounds great.
And
thank
come
you
on
so
down
much.
and but don't make me look bad, people. Mention Mike Winters so people actually know they listen to this show.
20% off. 20% off today. Tell us you heard us.
401 North Richardson Avenue.
On the corner of 4th and Richardson.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And that goes through 8 o'clock tonight.
Very good. Did we get it all? Anything we missed?
We did.
KZ, did anything you want to... Anybody say hi to?
No.
No?
Well, my mom and my dad and my sister.
Well, they're
in Idaho.
Here.
We love them. They'll get a recording of this.
They can watch online too.
I want to say big shout out to our staff. the guys in the kitchen and our wait staff and everybody that makes us who we are. Yeah, we appreciate them.
I
so
imagine
much.
some of those folks in Santa Fe probably been there a long time, like the ones that you have there. I mean, obviously you haven't been long.
Our oldest
some of those
employee
folks,
is 32 years.
Yeah, I would imagine. I bet you got cooks have been there for a long time.
The youngest is like 7 years, and so that's what we want: longevity.
Yep, I kind of had a feeling.
Consistency and longevity.
We've got a really great crew.
Yeah,
from back of the house to front of the house. Like, we, I think, picked a really good team.
Well, based on the proofs in the pudding, literally, and pudding's pretty good.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, and thank you for feeding into my gluttony. I appreciate it.
I'm so excited. I appreciate you.
All right, now you got to go actually work. So
we do. Thank you so
Casey,
much.
you're in charge of this shift. You got to lock down the shift.
You got this, girl.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Iran stubbornly holds on to its claim of sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz. Tehran does signal progress in talks with Oman over the status of the strait, which the U.S. insists is an international waterway important to global commerce. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has rejected President Trump's announced deal for Gaza. Netanyahu insisting that Israeli forces will not withdraw until Hamas disarms. A Ukrainian drone attack on a city about 550 miles east of Moscow left a dozen people dead, 39 others wounded. That's according to Russian officials. Wildfires are burning across the western U.S. and Canada as well. Evacuees forced to flee their homes, waiting to see what will be left of their houses upon their return. Stocks opening mixed this morning on Wall Street. This is SRN News.
With the Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales. After this weekend's two spirited practices and Sunday night's visit to a beach resort, the boys prepare for tomorrow's joint practice with the Rams. Kobe Durant tells you what to expect after this.
A true Dallas Cowboys fan is there for the journey and the destination. This is the season to make your journey count by flying through McAllen International Airport, the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. Whether you're flying down for McAllen's award-winning fall and holiday festivals, or you're a South Texas fan flying up to cheer the Cowboys on, make your journey as satisfying as your destination at the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. McAllen International Airport, above, beyond, at McAllenAirport.com.
Picture yourself making your morning coffee. You know those few minutes while the water and the beans do their thing? Instead of scrolling, what if you video called a friend?
Connect with confidence, knowing AT&T Internet backup is included at no extra cost. Guaranteed. So even in a rare fiber outage, your wireless data can keep you connected. A cup and a call? That's the new ritual. Internet backup requires eligible AT&T wireless service, activation, and power source. Speeds vary. AT&T may slow data speeds if the network is busy. Backup may not be available in all locations. See att.com/guaranteed for full details.
A standout here at Cowboys camp in Oxnard is free agent cornerback Kobe Durant, a former Ram who goes against his old team in tomorrow's joint practice. He says going against Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams is an advantage, similar to what he sees every day versus the Cowboy offense.
You're not really going to face a Matthew Stafford with a Devontae Adams and a Puka Nacua when you go in the regular season. You're not going to face Dak Prescott with a CeeDee Lamb and a George Pickens when you go into the season. Everybody's not them. And I'm blessed as a cornerback, come from one high-power offense to come to another, then entering the season where things will slow down a whole lot for me.
The joint practice is 30 minutes south of Oxnard in Woodland Hills at the Rams headquarters. With the Cowboys Report, I'm Christy Scales.
Roswell Tire and Appliance will beat Home Depot prices on appliances, and they will beat discount tire prices on tires. It's not complicated. It's not difficult. Listen one more time. Roswell Tire and Appliance will beat Home Depot prices, and they will beat discount tire prices. Come into the store for all the details.
This is Wyatt Maloney of Roswell Tire and Appliance, inviting you to shop local and save.
They'll beat Home Depot prices, and they'll beat discount tire prices. 101 South Main. Call 575-213-1362 or go online at RoswellTireAndAppliance.com.
The Office Management and Technologies program at ENMU Roswell prepares you with the skills you need to succeed in today's workplace. From creating professional documents to mastering communication and administrative skills, you'll be equipped to keep any office running smoothly. You'll build clear professional communication skills, learn effective administration techniques, and gain hands-on experience with today's technology. Whether you're starting your career or leveling up your skills, this program is your path to success. Call ENMU Roswell today at 575-624-7337 or log on to roswell.enmu.edu.
I was driving home from work.
I was heading out to meet my friends.
I was thinking about what I would make for dinner.
I was just changing the station on my radio.
I was checking my cell phone.
I was only trying to change lanes.
I never saw him.
I never saw him. I never saw that motorcycle.
Until it was too late.
Unfortunately, sometimes drivers don't notice motorcycles on the road until it's too late. Be aware. Always look for motorcycles, because it's their road too.
Sponsored by NMDOT and aired in cooperation with the NMBA and this station.
Your home for Coast to Coast AM in Roswell, 106.5, Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
And good morning. It is closing in on 8 o'clock. Town Hall News is up next. We'll be back on the other side of news. Stay tuned. Next hour, we're going to play our interview we had talking about the Eastern New Mexico Medical Center's new stroke support group. That's up next on the other side of news. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. A powerful earthquake has shaken western Colombia and neighboring Ecuador, prompting evacuations. U.S. Geological Survey says it was a 7.4 magnitude quake. There are reports of some injuries and serious damage to buildings in the region. It follows devastating earthquakes in Venezuela in late June. It destroyed hundreds of buildings and killed more than 5,000 people. Iran stubbornly holds on to its claim of sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz. Tehran signaling progress in talks with Oman over the status of the strait, which the U.S. insists is an international waterway.
Two people familiar with the talks say the temporary deal would have ships entering the strait near Iran and exiting near Oman. Ships would transit without paying fees or tolls during the interim period. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says the establishment of new maritime routes does not mean the Strait of Hormuz will be opened. He says an agreement on the routes may be reached, but reopening the Strait of Hormuz depends on a separate set of conditions being met, and those conditions are being conveyed through intermediaries. Iran's Supreme National Security Council said on Saturday that the strait would not reopen until the U.S. corrects its behavior. I'm Donna Warner.
A Ukrainian drone attack on a city more than 500 miles east of Moscow has killed a dozen people, wounded 39 others. That, according to Russian officials. Ukraine has targeted Russian oil facilities with long-range drones almost daily in recent months, the barrage causing fuel shortages in Russia and unsettling the general public. And wildfires continue to burn across the western U.S. and Canada. Evacuees forced to flee their homes, waiting to see what will be left of their houses upon their return. On Wall Street, the Dow is down about 70 points, the Nasdaq off 36, the S&P 2 points higher. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Are you tired of feeling lousy? Maybe you had a scare at your last checkup or just walking hurts? When enough is enough, call PhD Weight Loss. When I had enough 4 years and 53 pounds ago, I knew I couldn't do it alone. I'm Mike Gallagher for PhD Weight Loss. Best phone call I ever made. They were right with me. They still are today. Right now, mention Mike. You'll get 2 free weeks added to the program, and they'll pay for the cost of your food. $1,500 value. Call 864-644-1900, 864-644-1900, or visit myphdweightloss.com.
Maybe this is you too. There is enormous frustration right now with healthcare costs. It's amazing. Healthcare costs for families in the last 20 years have almost tripled, and it just keeps getting worse. All this to say, this is why MediShare is so in demand right now. People are looking for alternatives, and MediShare is proven. And yeah, you could save thousands of dollars a year and actually like it more. Here's the number. They're easy to talk to. 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE.
A shocking roadside discovery in Australia. A find that had police and local residents on edge turned out to be nothing more than the work of a prankster with a rather warped sense of humor.
It sounded gruesome. A bag dumped at the side of a road in rural New South Wales, reportedly containing the body of an unidentified female. That was on Sunday. But by Monday morning, the story had changed. Good news, the police told reporters the remains were not human. Only later, police confirmed it was in fact a lifelike doll wearing clothing with hair and a nose piercing. The bag was collected and examined by a forensics team who confirmed the good news. There would be no murder investigation. Just a few red faces in the police force.
The BBC's Katie Watson. Europe's climate agency says this summer, Western Europe, heat waves shattered a 2022 average high temperature record for June and July. News and analysis, townhall.com. The latest word on former President Biden's health is not encouraging.
Hunter Biden in an interview with the BBC saying his dad's health is declining.
The cancer has spread, has metastasized into his bones and further. It's very painful.
The former president was diagnosed with prostate cancer last May, 4 months after leaving the White House as the oldest sitting president. Biden is 83. Laura Winters reporting.
Left-leaning candidates for governor in Wisconsin and U.S. Senate in Minnesota making their final appeals ahead of tomorrow's primaries. Democratic incumbents in Connecticut also trying to fend off challenges from the far left. The primaries come a week after progressive Abdul El-Sayed narrowly defeated Democratic Congresswoman Haley Stevens. That, in Michigan's divisive and costly U.S. Senate primary, Stevens had been endorsed by the Democrat Party establishment. Townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. Let's have a listen. What does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2
of the Deuce
of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy back to hot normal 100.
Hope you enjoyed that wetness.
Yeah, it's back to that. So, but it's already warming up out there, isn't it?
It's it's getting toasty.
It looks hot.
Yeah,
it just looks like the trees aren't moving at all. It just looks hot out there.
Yeah, there's not a lot of breeze going on.
No.
A lot of interesting things on the side of the road now.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've driven around the past weekend or so. A lot of cameras popping up here lately.
Oh yeah, I saw people talking about them online.
It's become quite the thing.
Yeah, I see that.
I don't know if they're flock cameras. Some people are saying it's a deal that they struck with RPD for just ALDS cameras, which are the license plate reading cameras. I don't know, but some ain't stirring the Kool-Aid right about this one.
Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but they've been watching it.
But I think this might actually be one of the most attended city council meetings ever.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is this Thursday for anybody who's keeping track.
Yeah, well.
In case, you want to...
It's one of these things.
Get a group together. Come on out.
Freedom? Do you want security? We can't have both.
That one. No, just that one.
But
this one? That one. That's the most important one.
This is the debate.
This one we'll get to. That one needs to not be messed with.
But anyway, I don't know, because people say that and then they're like, there's a balance. Because people say I want this, then it's until someone robs you and like, why isn't there a camera on this thing? Or you know what I mean?
Cameras are one thing.
Yeah.
These are something entirely different. And for those who don't know, I encourage you to do some research on them. Find out about ALD. They're ALDRs. I misquoted earlier. ALDR cameras or flock cameras. Do some research on what they actually are, what they actually tie into, and some of the more interesting cases that they've botched. Let's say, and it's one of those things where it's like it's not about security, it's about monitoring. It's about tracking.
Well, that's just it. This is the thing. What's intended and how things get used are never the same. And this is it's nuclear technology all over again. But we have no need for any kind of power absence. But with people with nefarious ideas, you can blow up the world with it. I mean,
but in this case, it is being used for exactly what it was intended to be used for, which is spying on people.
Well, I think initially it's created to do stuff like finding missing people, things like that. That's what it's built for. But yes, it gets turned into Big Brother, absolutely. Right. But this is the world we live in. And I hate to tell you, you've already been Big Brothered 7 times.
It's not about that, though. It's not about, I know they know who I am and they know where I'm at. That's not what it's about. It's about my license plate being put into a database somewhere and them being able to know exactly where I'm at any point in time. That's the part. Like, I personally don't subscribe to any of my friends' Live 360s. Yeah. Like, there's a friend group that everybody has the Live 360, and my personal reason I don't do it, if I'm being honest, because if you use it, you're required to turn off battery saver, and I have an old phone. But that being said, I don't want people to know where I'm at. Like, I love the fact that if something happens to me, my friends know where I'm at. That's great. But I've also sat at a table while my friend is looking at her phone going, I haven't even left the office yet.
Yeah.
That's the kind of nonsense I'm talking about.
Oh, I know. But the world we live in, you're going to have to sacrifice one for the other. This is how much do you want your freedom? Because are you willing to give up every convenience you own for it? Because that's what it's going to take.
I'm not willing to give up my privacy. That's the main
But that's
concern.
what you're going to take. That's what it's absolutely going to take.
It's not. I'm not giving up. Sure. Every
you're going to have to stop banking. In electronic device. I mean, the whole world is this way. You're going to have to literally get rid of your cell phone. That thing tracks you everywhere you go.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm not gonna win this one.
That's the problem. That's what I'm saying. I get what people are saying, but you're too late. That water, that dam's already broke, buddy.
Yeah, and now we got to figure out how to redam it up. I mean, I've seen that scene in Vegas Vacation. I got some gum.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying is good luck with that.
It's time to fix the damn dam.
Good luck with that. You're gonna stop progress. Good luck with that. It's like saying, this electricity thing's not working out. We're gonna get rid of that. It's no different than AI. We're doomed. It's coming.
But there's walking gently into that good night, and then there's the alternative. You see what I'm saying? I'm not willing to be like, well, they got us. Game over, man. No, not yet.
Yeah, well, go for it, man. I'm just saying, good luck with that. I'm also 50 and crotchety, so I'm tired of doing this.
And these two things are not related, but I do happen to know that a Sawzall works fantastically on galvanized steel. I'm just throwing that out there. These two things are not related. If you're looking to maybe do some steel work, maybe for like a sculpture or something around the farm, if you need to cut up galvanized steel for like fencing or something that maybe you're doing a project in the barn, a Sawzall can cut through galvanized steel, generally speaking, in 2 to 6 seconds, depending upon how much pressure you're applying.
There you go.
So just fun tip for you. The views expressed by Sean Smalls do not reflect those of Pecos Valley Broadcasting and staff or management.
Someone's buying some more buckets of food this weekend.
No, those don't go bad. They're fine.
You're an idiot.
I did have to actually toss out a box of dinners.
Oh yeah?
Because they weren't freeze dried. They were the self-heating ones, but they were still, in their viscous form.
Yeah.
And so those go bad, turns out.
Well, sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe next apocalypse.
No, I just got to start planning better ahead and make sure all my stuff is devoid of moisture. That's all that is.
True dat, yo. I do have a lengthy interview to play. It's like 30 some minutes, so we better get that one going. On Thursday, we had Dr. Tomasz Jankowski And Dr. Susie Meelan joined us with Eastern New Mexico Medical Center. They have started a stroke support group. They had their first meeting in July. Their next meeting's coming up here, I believe, like the 19th or something. We talk about it in the interview.
So golfers, listen up.
There you go.
So if you want less strokes, this is how it's done. On the green and off the green.
In the 19th hole. No, on the 19th. But anyway, we had a great discussion with them talking about that, and we'll play that here in just a few minutes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right, it is 8:14. We took a little trip. Let's get you up to date with the weather. We'll take a quick break. Then we'll play our interview, talk about the stroke support group. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Everything looks pretty dry for most of the upcoming week with a big high pressure system still in place over Texas, and that's covering our area too. Right around 100 for the afternoon highs today, and we'll be getting sunshine, just a little bit breezy. Overnight it'll be clear, lows near 70, and then low 100s for the high on Tuesday, and Wednesday will stay sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
People are often surprised by what they find here. More expertise than people expect. Advanced technology. Board-certified physicians. Care you might expect to travel hours for. Right here. We've never believed where you live should determine the care you receive. Close to family, close to home. We're here. Artesia General.
This summer, enjoy outdoor family fun with seamless Wi-Fi, now available from Plateau. Great news, Roswell. Construction on Zone 39 is officially complete. Save on the speed you need with Plateau. Switch today and get reliable, blazing fast speed to stream more, game more, and surf more than ever before. Plus consistent billing and no data caps. And with Plateau, you'll save more too. Call 1-877-PLATEAU or log on to plateautel.com today. Plateau. Tried. True. Trusted.
Have you been looking for a dental office that's accepting new patients? Here at Carabelli Dental, we're proud to welcome you to our practice, where you will experience exceptional care with an outstanding team. With convenient appointment availability, it's a great time to experience personalized treatment, advanced technology, and a dental team dedicated to your smile.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell, or call 575-622-4455.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Men are 6 times more likely to be struck by lightning than women. That's because men are 6 times more likely to wear a tinfoil hat in a thunderstorm. Here's Mike Winters.
Coming us in studio this morning from Eastern New Mexico Medical Center. Of course, wearing his day job hat today, Tomas Jankowski. He was on a few weeks ago with us with Leadership Roswell, but wearing his day job hat today, Tomas Jankowski. Also, Susie Meelan as well. Did I say that right? Is it Meelan or Meelan?
Meelan.
Meelan. I'm sorry about that. Good morning. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing good. Let's get you close. I forgot to tell you. Go. I need you to eat that microphone there so they can hear you a little bit better. Yeah, you should be good right there, but you're a little quieter, so we'll make sure you get up.
Yeah, I've been told I have a soft voice. I think he told me yesterday.
But first off, before we kind of get into it, you guys obviously help people, aftercare for strokes and stroke recovery, things like that. But you guys have started a support group that really allows kind of people to obviously, like support groups, meet other people that are sharing similar experiences, but together you kind of learn and help navigate life after stroke kind of thing. Is that pretty close to what we're talking about here? Mm-hmm. Good deal.
Would you like me to start?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Michael, thank you very much for having us over.
Anytime.
I appreciate you recognizing the importance of the topic and your interest in healthcare in general. So
sure.
Thank you for...
Well, I don't know if you happen to know, but our boss, he is a stroke. He had a stroke about 3 years ago now, and he's still in his aftercare. He's doing well, but he's...
I hope he's listening to us.
Yeah.
Because it may be...
He may be doing his own show in Artesia right now. I'm not sure if he's on today or not. He works some days and some days, but...
It may be of interest to him.
He may be one of your patients, actually, now that I think about it. I'm not sure.
But maybe I'll just start with just outlining what a stroke support group is, because sometimes it can be it can be confusing.
Sure.
We know what stroke is, but what is a stroke support group, and why do we do it?
Right.
So it's an opportunity for survivors, family members, caregivers to gather together and live through each other's experience.
Sure.
I think we might have a tendency of thinking that once that afflicts us or our family, we are on an island, and we have to deal with it with the medical and the emotional components of the stress and everything that it brings.
Yeah.
Without knowing that there actually is a vast resource out there, not always and not everywhere, but this is why we have created it, to set up this resource to be available to those individuals. First, to have them recognize that they are not alone.
Sure.
And secondly, to have a place where they can come together, exchange experiences, learn new ideas, and understanding that somebody else with something that they have experienced similarly is available to them as they move on, because it changes people's lives.
Absolutely.
It alters their day-to-day routine. And sometimes we see individuals who come afflicted by the stroke to the hospital. They are cared for very well in a medical setting, and then the families may think, oh, well, you know what, I think the next step is going home from here.
Sure.
And then as the days go, day 1, day 2, and maybe day 3, they start realizing that patient's condition is not necessarily something that I may be able to handle at home, or our family might be able to handle at home, because we all work, we all go to school, and suddenly that becomes less and less of a possibility. And where do you go from there? So a stroke support group can create a forum, can create a stage for education, resources, etc., both medical and non-medical. So it's an asset that we have created, Susie and I have created, that offers an opportunity for people that doesn't exist really anywhere, I think, closer than 200 miles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had a couple that had moved here from California, and were familiar with stroke support groups. And if you go to the American Stroke Association and type in support group, and you literally put in your zip code, and it'll give you, so we're registered with the American Stroke Association.
Gotcha.
And you'll see our address, our names, our phone numbers come up, our emails. You can contact us through that. And at the time when they first looked, the closest one was 200 miles away. Well, our first meeting was last month. It's every third Wednesday from 4 to 5 at Senior Circle.
Okay.
And we're just starting. We're just growing as a baby. But they happened to go look again, and by that time I had registered our site. And here I popped up, and they sent me an email. And I was like, yeah, please come.
Good deal.
Be part of it. Come share your experience, get some education, and let's go
Nice.
forward with
So so for folks that have been looking for something like this, you finally have it, because depending on how long you've been dealing with your stroke situation here, and so I would imagine this is, yes, we want to encourage folks right here in Roswell to come, but this might be a more regional thing, just based off of need and availability right now.
Yeah, it's somewhere you can come and you can share your story, hear others, and get educational information.
Sure.
We talk about prevention of a second stroke. 1 in 4 people that have had a stroke will suffer another stroke.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So you need those educational tools. You need to understand what our motto is, to be fast.
Sure.
Which is American Stroke Association supported, which is balance, eyes, facial, arms, unilateral arm or leg weakness, our speech, and the most important is the T. The T is the time. Because as far as me, medically, I look at time. I have a 4-hour window from the time things start happening.
Right.
So I can potentially give you a thrombolytic. Because we don't have neurovascular surgery available here locally. We rely on first-line treatment as the thrombolytic.
Okay.
That medication is tenecteplase, or TNK.
Gotcha.
And it's a 5-second medication push, and it can potentially not only prevent a clot from getting bigger, but it can break that clot up, basically revascularizing or returning the blood flow to the area that's affected in the brain.
Okay.
You may still need to go to a higher level of care to see a neurosurgeon, but the deficit, long-term deficit, can be so much less, and you can have a normal activities of daily living. In other words, you can care for yourself.
It's like mitigating the long-term effects, basically, but minimizing those.
But the T is the time. The time is to act.
Sure.
So don't sit there and say, I'm fine. Come see us. We're here 24/7. We don't close.
I know strokes, minutes matter when it comes to that kind of stuff. Heart, anytime heart stuff, strokes, any of that, it's all minutes matter on that type of stuff. And it's, and as medical professionals, when you start seeing early symptoms, you have a way bigger pool of options versus when it's farther down the line here, kind of thing.
Yeah, and 4 hours is a very short time. I mean, the time that your mode of transportation to the emergency room preferably should always be 911. The reason being for that, people say, well, I only live 10 minutes away. But the fact is, if the ambulance comes, in that 10 minutes, they can establish an IV, do a blood draw, they can do a neurological exam.
Yeah.
They can let us know you're on the way. So you don't go to the lobby, you don't sign in, you don't wait, you don't get a triage, you go straight to the CAT center.
And you're already on a bed, hooked up to IV, ready for a doctor to administer whatever's needed to
and
do
to
on
see
that.
the neurologist. I can activate the teleneurologist, and they can be online, and they can activate that. We want the door to medication administration for this medication, 45 minutes.
Wow.
And for all that to occur, 911 is your best option.
So don't try to be a hero and get in the car and go
Because if you do that, not only are you putting yourself at risk, if you're the patient, if you say call the neighbor or call your child or your friend or your loved one to take you, now they're in an emotional state. So not only are they risking an accident, they're risking injury to others in the community by being in an emotional state driving. Where the ambulance people are, they're trained and they're professional, and that's something they deal with every day.
Sure. Makes sense. As far as the group itself and this is something I'm curious about, because I would think one of the biggest hurdles and why I think a support group is probably very beneficial is the mental aspect of it. Because like you said, it's a life-altering experience. People's personalities are different. People that are very independent driven and things might have a more negative mental reaction to losing resources or losing faculties, things like that.
Independence.
Yeah, independence. Yeah, exactly. So I imagine a lot of this group is a lot of kind of navigating that the head game of the stroke, where it's like how to have that right mindset, how to motivate yourself to not give up, to keep going, those kind of things.
I think when I think about a stroke support group, and I am very passionate about, and I'm very partial to it. And when Susie joined our team several months ago, she was the first person I went to with this idea, because it has been on my mind since I came to Roswell a year and 3 months ago now. From my previous experiences in other parts of the country where I worked in inpatient rehab hospitals, where stroke support groups are incredibly valuable, and you can see the change they make in the lives of people. And when I think about it, I'm thinking about what does it actually do, right?
Sure.
So it fights the social isolation, not only for the patients but also for their family members. It empowers the families and caregivers. They have an opportunity to interact with others, and they see, well, I can do what more than I thought I would be able to do. It also provides an opportunity for enhancing the neuroplasticity of the brain, because rehabilitation is an ongoing process. It doesn't end with the hospital stay. It doesn't end with the medical care. It doesn't end with the rehab in a hospital. It continues on, and actually it's a lifelong experience. So the more opportunities that the patients, and particularly the patients, have to practice throughout their life, and also interacting and feedbacking, so to speak.
Gotcha.
If I can use a word that doesn't maybe exist in English language, it really is the value added. And on top of it, it kind of ties the rehabilitation to the long-term community reentry, because what they learn throughout the rehab process, they continue, and they can also obtain a feedback from their partners to see, hey, I have gone through it a year ago, and look where I am. I can talk, I can move my limbs, I can move my hand, I can move my leg.
Sure.
Miracles are possible, and I liken the recovery from the stroke to miracles, and I have seen numerous miracles that have happened. And again, this is where I speak with passion, and this is where I'm so glad to have Susie as a partner in this endeavor.
Excellent. So, for folks, if you're just hearing about, like, so you've had your first meeting, but each month you have a new meeting, and like you said, it'll be over at the Senior Circle there. The next one will be here the 19th of August, which is about a week away. Today's the 6th, so about 2 weeks from now. And I guess each meeting does focus on a particular topic or subject here, and I'm just going to let you tell me what this one is.
Okay, the PBA, that's basically is when you, the part of the brain is affected so that you can't control your emotions and your outbursts.
Okay.
So you may tell me a joke and I start crying.
Okay.
Or you may tell me that your puppy dog passed away and I start laughing.
Okay.
And you'll see people in the stores or in public that say or they're acting a little not right. It's because they can't control that part of the brain because it's been affected.
Got it.
And luckily, sadly, when we planned this, and I asked Tomas because he brought it to me, and I went to corporate, and they said reach out to another sister hospital.
Mm-hmm.
They have an amazing support group. They've been doing it for several years now. I get that information. I bring it back. I go to the American Stroke Association website. They have a complete template of how to begin this. The first 12 topics are from them specifically.
Okay.
And then we'll branch out further as we grow.
Cool.
And I go to Tomas and I said, give me a day. And okay, I'll get back to you. And he finally gives me a day, and I just run with it. And I start with all this right here, and I get everything set up, get the space, get the time and everything. And then I do my first sport group. Well, he couldn't be there. He had plans. Well, guess who can't be there this next month? And I do apologize. I will join in by video, but I'll be on a cruise ship in the Bahamas.
Oh, very nice.
But Tomas will be leading it, but I'll be there to support him.
Well, keep your pina coladas off camera, at least. Just kidding. You put them out there.
Susie is a doer. I'm so fortunate to know her and, more importantly, work with her because she has been nothing short of extraordinary.
That's awesome.
in pulling it off, and she's doing an outstanding job as the stroke and heart coordinator for our hospital. So we have a very good and action-oriented team, and we want to make sure that our community can take advantage of it.
Absolutely. And please, this if you're just hearing this and you're thinking, oh, maybe this, come check out this first meeting. Come see what it's about. Come. If nothing else, come rub elbows with people that are walking in the same path you are right now. Sometimes that in and of itself just gives you a little bit of mental boost on sometimes.
Yeah, I was a little bit anxious about the first group. Like, are people really going to come?
Right.
And I did have a small turnout, but the thing was I had a turnout, and these people were so passionate. One patient had actually suffered from 2 strokes, pretty devastating, but had received the medication I referred to earlier, T&K. And he is still functional and working. And his story was so empowering to me. I had another young gentleman that stroked at a very young age, 41.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it was devastating. And this gentleman literally didn't have access to physical therapy, rehab. He YouTube videos and rehabbed himself.
Wow.
And he is now functional and working and a very important member of our community here in Roswell.
Wow.
And of course I don't have permission to bring his
name
up. But this gentleman is so passionate, and he, with our publicity on Facebook, on different medias, he was having dinner with his family, and 30 minutes before the group was started, he happened to pick up his phone and open Facebook, and 30 minutes before the meeting saw the post.
Just happened to stumble.
He told his family, "I gotta go."
That's I don't know. I happen to be a Christian myself,
Absolutely.
And I'm just saying someone was looking out there.
And for me to bring this type of, because of course, I've been doing this for 25 years. I was an emergency room nurse. I knew passion and adrenaline, but to the point where I'm at in life, and things change as we go and we live through things and we have experiences.
Absolutely.
But to still be able to give back on this level and hopefully grow our platform, give them education and resources.
Absolutely.
And then, have Tomas follow up with the access to potentially further rehabilitation.
Absolutely.
And physical therapy, as he's growing his team. You have 2 new team members?
Yeah, we have quadrupled the size of our rehabilitation team. So we are preparing ourselves for that.
It's very comforting, actually, because, I mean, let's just face it. Odds are pretty good that most of us are going to be dealing with heart or stroke issues. It's something, that's just the statistics.
And especially to your point, Mike, New Mexico ranks just a little bit above the average on a good side relative to the mortality rates in New Mexico per 100,000 per 100,000 population. But we also have disparities within the state. So the most affected are the states of the southeast and not the states, but the counties of the southeast and the southwest.
Okay.
Whereas the states that fare better,
counties,
right? But the counties that fare much, much better are the ones of the north, is the Taos, is the Santa Fe. So we do want to bring as many opportunities to the counties that really need that extra support.
Absolutely.
And Susie mentioned that 1 in 4 individuals, may be at risk for being struck by stroke for the second time. But I also add to it that the stroke is the leading cause of death and long-term disability. So that is nothing to be taken lightly, and I don't think anybody is. We just want to say that this is not the end of the predicament. That is just the beginning, and it's up to an individual and their families to take advantage of it.
It's one of these things that if nothing else, use this as a tool to, pay attention to your own health. Think about these things. Yeah. If you're lucky and young and blessed, there's your diet, your exercise, your stress levels. These all factor into these things in life. And look, I'm not saying live like a saint and eat perfectly every time, but eat more healthy food than less healthy. And you know what I mean? Understand what I'm saying? It's like make better choices sometimes.
Make better choices and activity. You got to keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever level of activity that you can do, get out there and do that on a regular basis.
Walking is an amazing, especially when people that aren't physical, just go, at the end of the day, go take a walk. Go after dinner or whatever it is, go take a walk.
Just touch dirt and let the sun feel the sun,
You don't realize how much, you don't have to go run a marathon. Just go take a nice leisurely stroll around, around the block a couple times or something.
May I just make another point, another comment? Because we are talking about the stroke in the as a concept that we already know. We see the physical manifestation of it, etc. But there is also an event that's called TIA, which is a transient ischemic accident.
Okay.
It initially may have the symptoms of a stroke, which dissipate within 24 hours.
Okay.
Now, that is a condition not to be taken lightly. And my point is that even though somebody may have not had a fully blown stroke resulting in a mental or physical impairment, they also should consider coming and seeing us, coming and spending time with us.
Well, the recipe's there. Everything, the ingredients are there.
Because what Susie just mentioned is an example of the itinerary of topics that we are going to be covering.
Sure.
And individuals who may have not been struck by the physical manifestation of the stroke, but had a kind of a...
it's called a mini stroke.
The mini stroke, right.
Yeah.
Will definitely find value in learning about what to do, what not to do, what to pay attention to. So hopefully they can alter their lifestyles.
Absolutely.
If they need to put themselves in a position where that likelihood is going to be less.
Absolutely.
And then we also, we're going to cover our risk factors. So there are certain risk factors we can't change. There's Of course, our genetics, we can't change that. We can change our lifestyle. We can change our physical activity. We can change our diet.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to medical care, we also need to find out, do we have certain underlying conditions?
Mm-hmm.
It says atrial fibrillation. It's an irregular heart rhythm that will cause blood clots to form. And those blood clots have two places to go. One is the lungs, which is a pulmonary embolism. The other is the brain. Those patients need to be treated appropriately, and they need to be on a blood thinner. And that's when we look at Xarelto, Eliquis, Plavix, blood thinners, and so we can prevent those potential strokes.
Gotcha.
Those risk factors, those are ones that we can actually make a difference in.
And are those generally hereditary, or is there many factors on those?
No, there's many factors in that.
Yeah.
And, we talk about the TIA, aka mini stroke. Your grandma and grandpa would have told you, grandpa had a mini stroke. Those are warning signs. They're like, let's get ready and let's practice what we're going to do on Christmas morning when we sing. That's the practice round.
Gotcha.
That practice
That's
round.
what the body's doing.
Yeah,
basically.
the practice round is going to lead to the play is going down tonight is the performance. And we can potentially change that. We treat our cholesterol. Do we need to be on a statin? So go see your primary care. Get the evaluations.
Absolutely.
Refer you to cardiology. Get the evaluations. The one thing I do want to mention, he talked about our lack of resources in rural southern New Mexico. We only have, and they only recently reobtained, is their thrombectomy center. We are primary stroke certified through Joint Commissions.
Okay.
That's what I work and getting all the little dots and checks with a lot of help from others to get that accreditation and maintain the accreditation. When we look at thrombectomy, that's when we have neurosurgeons present in-house 24/7.
Okay.
And that is Albuquerque. We have a problem. We can't ever get into Albuquerque. We're always being told, for whatever reason, they don't have availability. So we utilize Lubbock and we utilize El Paso.
Gotcha.
But that is such an inconvenience when you have a family member that comes and presents. Even if we treat them with medication, T&K, they potentially are going to have to go to that higher level of care. So what do I do if that's my spouse and I'm still working full time, or that's my mom, and now she's going to be in a larger city 3.5 hours away? How do I pick up and tell my job? Oh, I just got to go.
Right.
And how do I afford the housing when I get there? How do I afford to get her back home? There's so many factors. How do I adjust my lifestyle for caring for this person that was independent but now needs potentially 100% care?
Absolutely.
So do I give up my career?
It's a lot of that's.
So
by the way, was your career the one paying for the medical insurance on the?
Absolutely. So that's the worst case scenario. But there are less devastating things.
Sure.
But when you come and if you spend an hour with us once a month and just talk to others that
sure.
see your path.
There's always going to be the topic of discussion, but at the end of the day, it's a support group. You come with your what you're dealing with, and more than likely there's someone in the group that's also or can help you with that, or the group as a whole can help you navigate.
Or if you're
that.
newer into, like, say the stroke was recent, 6 months or less, and you go and you meet the couples that I met, and they're here 2, 3, 4 years out, and you see the progress they made, and it kind of gives you motivation.
Yeah.
Like, I can do this too, and I can get through it. I can see the other side. It may never be the same. It will never be the same. But I can have a valid, wonderful experience in life, just learning to adjust to what I have.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's all about just perspective and things, and sometimes and to be honest, I would also say if you I believe the brain's a powerful healing tool. Like if the mindset, things like that, if your attitude's right, I believe that can help in healthy lifestyle and things like that too. And I really think if you attack a stroke from that mindset, it's like I'm going to overcome, I'm going to overadapt, and you really think in those mindset. I honestly believe you're going to see more progress or see better results, because I think you're. I don't know. I just think I know we don't know a lot about our brain, but I think our brain is if you just have that right mindset and things.
Mind over matter.
Yeah, I think that's a thing. I think it is. I mean, no doctor could probably pinpoint it, but I think there's something there that our human bodies.
I think it has a lot to do with your mindset and the people that motivate you, and also, your belief in a higher power that they're going to get you through this.
Sure.
And you can learn to have a enjoyable life with what you have.
Absolutely.
And build on that.
Absolutely. And it's, you said something earlier, it kind of made me think like your support group, and you were talking about couples. And I was like, this is really, stroke's an individual thing, but based off statistics, a lot of times it's a spouse, partner, and things.
Mm-hmm.
And so you almost treat this like a Alzheimer's dementia mindset a little bit, where, where there is that, I'm not saying where the care and things where the family with dementia and Alzheimer's is almost more impacted than the patient sometimes.
I think what you are saying, Michael, is you are creating a peer support environment.
Yes.
And whether it has to do with what you just mentioned, stroke, heart attacks, or anything that leads to a long-term disability, where people can be supported, mental health, where people can be supported by others who have had that experience, who now can share that experience with those who have it in front of them right now.
Sure.
I think it applies to any circumstance, and I think you're absolutely right. Those resources, however, are not abundantly available, and we would want to be one of those pioneers, starting with the stroke support group that can bring another value-added program to the community that really needs it, and I think it will benefit from it, because what we want to ensure is that the patients or the individuals themselves or their families, caregivers, do not lose the will to thrive.
Absolutely.
Because once you do that, you are going to get on a downslope pathway, and that is very difficult to recover from.
It is.
But if we can have something to say about it to help you achieve that miracle, that will be a better lifestyle, better psychological mental health. We are the people that you want to stay connected with.
Yeah, that's what. So we want to encourage families to come and experience the meeting. See, bring your loved one, bring your spouse, your sport person, whatever, and please.
Or if you just want to learn about it.
Yeah, or you know what? I would imagine too. You maybe your patient isn't quite ready to join, but you want to come as the spouse.
Correct.
Please come.
And if you look at our topics, we talked about the PBA, the pseudoorbital effect. I mean, until you've gone through it, you don't know what that is.
Sure.
So, incontinence after a stroke. That's our third topic. Post-stroke depression. I mean, these are things that you're going to potentially go through. And you talk about the incontinence. That's embarrassing.
Sure.
Who wants to talk about that in a public setting? But if you can be with people that are going through the same thing, the depression of it all.
Yeah.
How do you not get in the downward spiral like Tomas was talking about?
Sure.
So personality changes, the pain, people who have, specific phantom pains with strokes. These are topics that you can be embarrassed by, or going through, and can't talk with anybody. Maybe not even talk to your partner or your child or to your mother or father, whoever it may be. You may not even be able to talk to your religious person. But if you come in a setting for people that may potentially have gone through or know of somebody that's going through these, it makes it a little bit easier and accepted.
Absolutely. It's that's why and I can understand, because I've kind of not experienced it in different ways and things. Just like for instance, my wife, she didn't have a stroke, but she had a brain injury, and she was in El Paso for and nothing. Like a stroke extended period of stuff. But that couple weeks and the 6 months of all that is very reminiscent of what you guys are talking about here. She had to kind of, in essence, with her brain, relearn new paths to, like when she got out of the hospital, when they released her, it took her a full minute to remember how to sign her name, like just because they had to retrain the brain to do all that kind of, and her brain had forgotten and kind of, but I understand the overwhelming moments there through that, and if it wasn't for family members and other things, I don't know if I could have navigated through that. And I can't imagine if someone, especially if it's a couple, and they really don't have a lot of outside family resources available, because sometimes that happens. If you're a little older, have your stroke, and either your kids or everybody's not here, they're just somewhere else, and you got each other, and that's it. And I imagine that can be me against the world mindset, and that's when you give up. That's when you just said, there's no point, and I'm going to give up. And that's why I think these groups are very much saying, oh, no, there's a whole other world going on here. You just haven't seen it yet. Let me show you. And that's kind of what we're talking about.
Right. And again, I would make the linkage to continued rehabilitation, because once we help people get into the state of mind that the future is still in front of them. This is not the end of anything. It perhaps is a beginning of something better.
Right.
There is always the rehabilitation that is available, and individuals can learn about not only what it does, but how does it affect folks longitudinally, going way into the future.
Sure.
There are ample examples of near total recoveries from it. I think part of it is, speaking to Susie's point, how quickly you get to it and what is the type of the stroke, because there's an ischemic stroke and there is a hemorrhagic stroke. The ischemic stroke has a prevalence of about 65%. The 35% is hemorrhagic. So there are vast opportunities, and I would love to see more and more people taking advantage of it, taking advantage of rehabilitation, so they can go on with their lives, being productive members of the community.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about.
When Tomas uses the big words, the technical words, we say hemorrhagic. Let's just make that simple. It's when a vessel breaks in your brain, and you're bleeding into your brain.
Got it.
Stopping the blood flow to the brain.
So you got a brain bleed.
When you have ischemic basically means that there's a clot, and it's causing the blood to not be able to flow into the areas
So
of
it's
the
gumming
brain.
up the artery of the
one
vein.
is they're both called brain attacks, but one is where the vessel breaks, and one is where the vessel's got a clot in the water hose.
Okay. Well, I wonder if maybe because my wife had a brain bleed, that was what her, and they actually kind of thought.
It's part of a trauma?
Yes. Well, that's what they don't know, because they asked me, like, what'd you do? And I was like, I don't know. I
wasn't there.
I have no idea, man. but so I'm wondering maybe that's where hers is more that one
The
there.
hemorrhagic.
Yeah. And
Hemorrhage means blood.
got it. Well, she was doing that, and so, but please, I just saw the time. We're running a little short here, but folks, please come to this next meeting. Again, it's going to be August 19th, and it's going to be at the Senior Circle there. What's that little shopping center there? It's downtown.
It's
Here.
behind the Home Depot.
Yeah, behind the Home Depot there.
The east entrance.
Yes.
No, is it the east entrance? Yes, the east entrance.
It's literally right behind Home Depot.
And it's a monthly meeting, and we'd love to have, we had month 1 last month, but meeting 2 will be here on the 19th. What time is the actual meeting?
From 4 to 5.
4 to 5 p.m. there on the 19th. And then join us each month, and hope maybe if you want, maybe we can get you back like a couple days before the September meeting, just to, hey guys, we got September meeting come up.
That would be great.
We'll be happy to do that.
Yeah, love to. We'll get something set up here. But and if folks have any questions or anything right now, want to learn more, what's probably the best? I know they could probably go on the Facebook, and I know there's this flyers and things there. But if people want a little bit more information about the group or information, what's a good place to call or resource?
Probably the best way would either be to reach out. I'm at 575-627-4130.
Okay.
That's the direct line to the office. You can leave a message.
Okay.
But with the way things are in this world today, communication, email.
Yeah.
Email is.
Well, anytime you get on the phones, it's like a gauntlet of
and
virtual assistants or whatever.
Voicemail.
Yeah. So might, but I know if you look at the Eastern's page, the Senior Circle, you'll find the flyers and information, and most of what questions you have will probably be on that flyer there. But like I said, you can call the office there if you have any questions.
Yeah, and on the flyer that's actually posted on Facebook with our Eastern Mexico Medical is my email, the Susie SUSAE _Meland. MEALAND at CHS.net, and that will, I'm looking at that all day long.
Good deal. I'm glad you said that, 'cause I'm
lower
not going to cut mine off here. I was
yeah.
like,
And a better copy.
My glasses need to get thicker, so. But
are you having a stroke?
No, I'm just normally like this.
Please come.
That's right. I'm all over the place. But is there any information, anything we wanted to make sure we get out there that we just spaced or skipped over?
I don't have anything that comes to mind right now. I think we have covered.
Good. I just want to make sure we got all the pertinent.
Susie, I don't know if there's anything.
No, I just really appreciate your time and getting the information out there because, we just want to touch as many people and get them involved.
Absolutely.
And you're not alone.
Yeah.
No.
And if you can't come, tell your neighbors. Take your family members.
Well, and that's just it. There's so many people impacted by this, by strokes and this thing, or there should be standing room only at this meeting. To be
information is power.
Absolutely.
So tell your neighbors, tell your family members, tell your church friends, anybody and everybody. Our doors are open, and hopefully we can continue growing that cohort and look back and say, hey.
Absolutely.
It was worth doing it.
Absolutely.
And that you're not alone.
Yep.
You are not alone.
Yep. There are people there to help you. People who just got to literally take that first step sometimes.
And in the future going forward, I can see a point where we can hopefully have this where you can just go online and be involved because with some people are their mobility from the stroke.
Right.
It will be difficult to come in. We tried to schedule it at a time that would be convenient, because you're looking at wintertime when it gets cold and the ice and the snow and you don't want to be out late. You don't want to go anywhere where you have to maneuver through stairs or escalator or elevators.
Right.
And so it's flat. We have some light refreshments, snacks, just kind of keep it personalized.
Sure. Yeah, keep it
easy.
And
we'll still stay beyond 5 o'clock. If there are people who want to stay a little bit longer,
we'll hang out.
I'm always going to stay. I'm sure Susie also will make herself available. So
she'll be on a boat next time, but one after that for sure.
She will give us a moral support.
Very good. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Enjoy your well-earned vacation on that.
Yeah,
that'll
my daughter's
be good.
16th birthday, so.
Oh, well, that'll be nice here. So we'll enjoy, and then, of course, we'll see everybody here on the 19th. And let's try to get something in the books here for September here.
And thank you for your time, generosity, and your commitment to the community, and certainly your interest in healthcare. It's very refreshing to know that there is a platform to share such information and educate our community on different topics. Healthcare is very near and dear to us.
Well, and let's face it, in the world of health and things, people should have choices, options, and they should have access to as much information on that and allow them to determine what makes the right decision. I'm always a person of that ilk. So open platform here. But thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. So
we really appreciate your time.
We'll see you next time.
In Washington, a defiant Iran continues to insist on control over the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. says that is an international waterway. Iran has been negotiating a partial reopening of the strait in talks with Oman, but Iran says the strait will not fully reopen until the U.S., in Tehran's words, corrects its behavior. Russian drones and missiles continue to rain down on Ukraine as the Ukrainians work to bring the war home to Russia, striking targets in a city that's more than 500 miles to the east of Moscow. Leftist candidates for governor in Wisconsin, U.S. Senate in Minnesota, making their final pushes ahead of tomorrow's primaries in those states. And wildfires have forced more than 20,000 people to flee their homes in western Canada. Hundreds of wildfires continue to burn in the U.S. as well. Dow down 57 points. More details, srnnews.com.
Now, time for another Otis Advisory. The intelligentsia is now all aglow about finally getting to tag Agent Orange with the F word. Bad for baby. It's a bold stroke in today's overly constipated political marketplace. With this move, your too woke to sleep crowd has placed yet another pillow over the face of freedom. But look, it won't die. You do have more work to do. Even simple organisms can smell a courthouse rat all the way to New York. But if everyone else is jumping off a bridge, does that mean you have to? What do you wear to a communist party? Probably something they can compost after you're not heard from in 3 days. But still, the mouth breathers from Team Donkey keep selling you more edible electric cars and underpants made of recycled trash bags. You. But look, hell is real and heat rises. There are worse things than running out of dryer sheets. Gas station sushi, it's not that bad.
I'm so hungry I could eat a sandwich from a gas station.
It's the new America, and it may be your 19th nervous nervous breakdown. Now, you could ask to speak to the manager, but as long as they're still giving out free beer for mail-in ballots, just go with it. You're good. Now let's bring this to a boil. Did you know that gag order has another meaning? That's right. Chicks don't know it's not bacon. In scientific circles, that's known as the mystery of faith. This is your Uncle Otis, Senior Fellow at Galveston's Discount Think Tank and Bake Camp. I'll see you at the Peace March.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Everything looks pretty dry for most of the upcoming week with a big high pressure system still in place over Texas, and that's covering our area too. Right around 100 for the afternoon highs today, and we'll be getting sunshine, just a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear, lows near 70, and then low 100s for the high on Tuesday, and Wednesday will stay sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Hey, Roswell. Time is running out to cash in on some of the biggest savings of the season. The loan and lease termination sales event is happening right now at Roswell Ford. Drive away with a truckload of savings in a brand new Ford F-Series pickup with financing as low as 0% APR and make no payments for 90 days. Upside down in your current car, truck, or SUV and want out early? Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your trade, even if you owe up to $10,000 more than it's worth. Have less than perfect credit? Roswell Ford works with a network of aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Get on board at Roswell Ford during our loan and lease termination event and get huge savings on all new F-Series trucks, America's top selling pickup in each of the past 49 years. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 36 months is $27.78 per thousand finance on F-150 trucks. Excludes Raptor. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval. Offers not combined.
People are often surprised by what they find here. More expertise than people expect. Advanced technology. Board-certified physicians. Care you might expect to travel hours for. Right here. We've never believed where you live should determine the care you receive. Close to family, close to home. We're here. Artesia General Hospital.
Your home for Kim Commando in Roswell. 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. Russian drones and missiles continue to rain down on Ukraine as the Ukrainians increasingly bring the war home to Russia.
At least 10 people have been injured as a result of a Russian overnight attack in Sumy, the State Emergency Service of Ukraine reported on Monday. According to local authorities, hits are reported at 3 locations, with multi-story and private residential buildings, vehicles and non-residential premises damaged. Meanwhile, a Ukrainian drone attack on Monday on a Russian city has killed around 12 people and wounded dozens, authorities in the Tatarstan region say. Ukraine has targeted Russian oil facilities with long-range drones almost daily in recent months, the barrage causing fuel shortages in Russia, eating into Russian refining capacity and unsettling the Russian public. I'm Charles Dillevesma.
Iran continues to insist on control over the Strait of Hormuz, which the U.S. says is a critically important international waterway. At least 2 deaths have been reported in western Colombia, neighboring Ecuador, a region hit by a powerful 7.4 magnitude earthquake. A local Colombian governor reports heavy damage to buildings along with injuries. Left-leaning candidates for governor in Wisconsin and U.S. Senate in Minnesota making their final pitch to the voters ahead of tomorrow's primaries in those states. Republican Senator Dave McCormick of Pennsylvania.
I thought the idea of socialism and communism was in the dustbin of history, and sadly, it's finding new traction. And if that were to lead our country in the White House, in the majority in the House, or the Senate, I think it'd be a disaster.
Senator McCormick speaking with the Salem Radio Network. Wildfires have forced more than 20,000 people to flee their homes in Western Canada. One evacuee says there are no words to express the fear you feel when you see a wall of flames racing in your direction. The Dow down 31 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
With the high price of new and used cars today, many drivers are choosing to keep their vehicles a lot longer. But with the average car now over 12 years old, most manufacturers' warranties have expired. I'm Danica Patrick. If your car is out of warranty, a single trip to the mechanic could cost you thousands. That's why smart drivers choose Endurance. If your vehicle is less than 20 years old, no matter the mileage, Endurance could have your car covered for the drivetrain, electrical, AC, transmission, and more. And Endurance is with you every step of the way, from filing a claim to paying the mechanic of your choice directly. And your rate won't go up no matter how many claims you file. Call Endurance now and choose the plan that fits your budget. Act now and get 1 year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value free.
For your fast free quote, call 800-303-4223. 800-303-4223. 800-303-4223.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
Alleged Irish mob boss Daniel Kinahan has been extradited to Ireland from Dubai.
He was arrested there in April. Authorities accuse him of being the leader of an Irish organized crime gang running an international drug smuggling and money laundering empire with tentacles stretching far and wide. The U.S. had been offering up to $5 million for his capture. The Department of State accuses Kinahan and his brother of taking over the illegal operation from their father, who they say started it in the 90s. Daniel Kinahan has denied being an organized crime boss. I'm Julie Walker.
European consumers can expect natural gas from Cyprus to help meet their energy needs by March of 2028. That word from Cyprus's energy minister. The East Mediterranean is becoming an alternative energy source for Europe as Russia's war in Ukraine and unrest in the Middle East push Europe to look for new sources. News and analysis, townhall.com. The sun and surf, part of the American summertime experience, but this public health alert involving a flesh-eating bacteria is putting a damper on things, especially for those who can't resist diving into the surf.
Louisiana has confirmed 9 cases so far this year of Vibrio vulnificus, which is found in warm coastal waters. All were hospitalized and 5 died. The numbers are above average. Vibrio bacteria thrive in warm seawater, especially in the brackish mix of fresh and salt water found in estuaries and lagoons. The CDC says Vibrio vulnificus is the most deadly Vibrio bacteria, killing as many as 1 in 5 people infected. John Scott reporting.
Europe's climate agency says this summer's Western Europe heat wave is one for the record books. Weather watchers at Copernicus say the heat has shattered a 2022 average high temperature record for June and July. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The tabloid said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3. Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday.
Yeah. Real,
Happy Monday.
Yeah, it's a real letdown on that one.
Well, it's
big gut punch.
At least it's warm out.
Yeah.
The sun's out.
My daughter was very excited to go to school today.
Yeah.
Because she's finally getting her. They had to take a second to kind of adjust schedules for her class. She's getting her amended schedule today.
Okay.
And she's keeping her fingers crossed. She put in a request for it that she gets put into choir.
Ooh.
She's very, very much in pursuit of being a part of the Sierra Choir. Cool. Or at least the last year, and maybe carry that over into Roswell High.
Does she got a singing voice?
She's in a very unique spot because she's got her mom's tone and her dad's ability to...
Showmanship?
Well, I was going to say pinpoint tone.
Okay.
Like, I annoy people sometimes when a song... You know how like a song will do like a normal part and then it'll have like a higher voice? Like, okay, you know the song... This is going to be really obscure. You know the song Bloody Black Backpack by Stroke 9?
No.
Yeah. The chorus goes, don't want to tangle with you, I'd rather tangle with him. But I always go, don't want to tangle with you, I'd rather tangle with him. So it's finding the opposite of the harmony, and she's really, really good at that.
Okay.
And she's got her mom's tone. So she's got like this double punch of ability. She can't read music yet, but she can definitely sing by ear.
Okay. So well, good.
I'm pretty excited.
Find a new
for her.
passion for her.
I think so.
Cool. Well, fingers crossed.
Yep. Keeping. I think
at this age, if you really show a desire to want to, they'll put you there. Right?
I would hope. Yeah. It's just I know that certain places get filled up fast, and she's a week late trying to get in there, so it could be full. So
well, maybe they'll allow her slip in there.
Yeah, we're gonna keep our fingers crossed on that one.
What she needs to do is just
post up outside the door and just sing along with whatever they're singing.
A little say anything, whatever, just a little.
Stand outside the window, hold up a ghetto blaster.
Just say, might move the needle.
That's right. Show them that you care. Every now and again, when we do music bingo, there's a certain set of songs that Digger goes to. He goes to the well, so to speak. And one of those songs is the song...
let's try to do it. But it didn't work out, so...
one of those songs is not Mr. Big. What's the one? Extreme, More Than Words.
Oh, okay. Same thing.
Yeah, right, pretty much. So, and I bring that up because when I was in high school, for a quick second, I was a band geek, but for a quick semester, I dipped a toe into choir. And it was the spring semester, so we got to do valograms. If you're not familiar with valograms...
I got an idea.
That is you can pay the chorus or the choir to single out a student, and they'll come in, they'll give them a flower or a teddy bear, and they'll sing them a song. And one of the songs on tap that they could choose from for my year was More Than Words. I'm the guy that had to do the high part because I was the only one that could hit the notes. What did you do? Yeah, I was the only one that could hit those notes, without sounding warbly. So just put Sean on it, it's fine. So that day that we delivered valograms, I had to sing that part of More Than Words 16 times.
I have other songs. Extreme says the same thing. They're actually pretty good.
We do have other songs. That's why I always giggle whenever I see Mr. Big on a concert block. It's what, are you guys just going to play your song 5 times or 6 times in a row? But then there's the ones where that the artist made their whole career off of that one song.
Right.
So you go to a concert and you're waiting for that one song, and if they don't put everything that you expect them to put into it,
right,
it's just not good enough.
Right.
I went and saw, when we were seeing AJR this last time, the guy who opened for AJR is a artist named Hobo Johnson.
Okay.
He made his claim to fame with the song Peach Scone. It's a very offbeat kind of irreverent song that has parts where he screams in the chorus. So then I go to the concert and people are screaming, Peach Scone, play Peach Scone. He's like, I'm not going to do my best song first. So he finally gets into the concert and it's 7 songs deep and he starts doing Peach Scone. Right. I get all excited. And then he gets to the chorus and he just talks through it.
Oh.
Maybe it's the part, maybe it's the thought of not being so alone. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
We ain't here for this.
I'm here to hear you scream, sing at me.
Right.
Not that.
Right.
I'm actually here for AJR, but since I'm here, could you do the thing?
Do your thing, but yeah.
Yeah, that's very annoying. I mean, I get it. If you're on stage doing, the same exact song 27 times a month, it will get to you.
Well, that's how I felt when my wife dragged me to one of the Def Leppard concerts.
Mm-hmm.
And Def Leppard was headlining, and it was Poison, the middle band.
Right.
But the opening act was Cheap Trick.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, Cheap Trick. All right, I haven't seen Cheap Trick. They were pretty hip in the 80s. I like Cheap Trick. They were kind of that cool band, but not like not mainstream cool.
Yeah.
They were kind of like the other cool, like your friends.
Like an alternative cool.
Yeah.
Alternative that style.
And they absolutely stunk up the joint. They were so bad.
Really?
I was so disappointed. They put zero effort into it. They literally looked like they had rolled out the hotel room and said, "Oh yeah, we're supposed to play for like 30 minutes or something." So they literally came out there and is this my guitar? I mean, it's like is there gear? Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, were you even on the bill?
Right. But then you ask there's been interviews with for example, Rick Astley.
Yeah.
Where he's like, you have to be sick of that song by now, right? He's like, well, I mean, it did sort of buy me my house, my boat, and put my kid through college. So no, I'm actually okay with it.
Yeah, and I think there's other guys like Rick Springfield.
Yeah.
Now he's kind of gotten a second life as a DJ on XM,
Sure.
and kind of, he's like almost an unofficial voice of the 80s sort of now. But that being said, the guy still does his Rick Springfield fair tours and everything, and everything videos that I've seen, he goes all out.
Plays
He's
to
like,
the rafters?
like a guy in his 70s looks incredibly good shape and incredibly, like doing well. And he gets up there doing Jesse's Girl, and everyone's like, woo, Rick Springfield.
Come on out and let me play my song.
Yeah.
Now, and in fairness, Rick Springfield has a few, but that was definitely the one.
Yeah, if you go to Rick Springfield, don't hear that. What are we doing here?
But at the same time, if you're now, I'm going to put this into your perspective.
Yes.
If you go to a Metallica show and you don't see them perform Sandman, is that really going to be that upsetting to you?
Well, to me?
Yes.
Personally?
To you.
No, I would be completely
So
cool
there's
with it.
somewhere a diehard Rick Springfield fan that as soon as he sees him get on stage and play Jesse's Girl, it's like, oh, God.
Now, full comparison, Metallica has over 100 songs that I'm into.
Fine.
Rick Springfield got
that.
one.
I understand. I get it. But
Metallica does play that song every time because that's the song everyone knows them
This is
for.
another-
And quite frankly, I would be quite okay with them not playing it.
now it doesn't happen as much anymore because of streaming and all that. But kids back in the day, when you liked a song on the radio, you'd go to the store and you'd buy a CD of that song or a CD that had that song on it, the whole album. Now, what I tend to do when I do that is I'll hear the song that I bought the album for start playing, and I'm skipping it.
Yeah.
Because I've heard it 100 times. I'm here for what else you have.
Yeah.
Like I can hear, for example, when I listen to one of the newer AJR albums, they have a song called "I Won't" that was like their big hit off the album.
Right.
As soon as that song comes on, I'm skipping it because I want to hear the backtracks. I want to hear the B-sides. If I'm going to like a concert, I want to be able to enjoy all your stuff, not just this thing. Plus, I've heard it 1,000 times.
I'll remember, and then we got our guest is here, right? I thought I heard Carrie there, but I remember back in my day when I was your age doing that, and I was buying cassette tapes.
Yeah, I did say CDs and sort of date myself.
I was buying cassette tapes here,
singles.
But we'd go to like the Sam Goody or whatever, the TJ Maxx, whatever was the
Empire
big,
Records.
yeah, whatever was the big name at the time. And I remember I had a phase where I'm just buying whatever, like, okay, Motley Crue, I'll buy that. And I was kind of Skid Row, and Great White hit out, and they had the one song, Once Bitten, Twice Shy. And I was like, all right, I kind of dig that. It's a kind of, catchy thing, In my head, I'm like, it's not my favorite song, but chicks dig it, so I'll keep it on hand just in case, Logic. Didn't work, but Logic.
Not bad. There's a reason I know more than one Kenny G song.
And I ain't gonna lie, I tried to do what you did and hear everything, but that album sucks so bad that I was mad. I was like, I should have just bought the single. Because then I have one other sucky song on the other side, but now I have a whole album of sucky
One
songs.
thing I really miss, and there's nothing that can recreate it online or anything, is going into Hastings and walking straight down the center, and they always had that display of the clearance CDs.
Yeah.
I discovered bands I never even thought I would like, who are now still to this day my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Like SR-71, for example.
Yeah.
I picked up the album Right Now from that thing, and I know don't judge a book by its cover. I judged that album by its cover because it was cool. I'm like, I want that one.
I have a couple of Vans Warped Tour era bands like that. Orange 9mm.
Oh my God!
I actually like their. But they've had one song that was in a movie one time, and but I saw them live on stage at Vans Warped Tour, and I always have a thing for bands like Orange 9mm.
I'll give you another one, and this is one it'll hit you in the smack you right in the face.
Right.
Somebody brought up the band Chickenfoot the other day.
Chickenfoot, yeah, that was like a super group.
Do you remember 100011 10101? That was such a huge hit back in like
for a minute there
the
for
alt
the rock
scene, for the rock scene.
04, 05.
But it's one of those you hear and you're like, oh, that's a cool song. And you hear it 100 more times, and then you just never hear it again for 15 years until it just comes up.
Yeah,
like, oh, I forgot I know every word to this song.
Yeah, that was a super group, wasn't it? Like Anthony, the bass for Van Halen was in it. Mm-hmm. Who the hell else was in that? I have
to look that up.
I can't remember either. But
give us the rundown.
Yeah, let me give you the rundown. But we'll get you update with the weather. Well, maybe my National Weather Service says sorry, an unexpected error occurred. That's not good.
Oh,
but I have a
meteorologist.
Or
with them.
Yeah, with them.
Yeah,
so
right.
The weather, we have none.
I mean, it is a pretty good super group.
Yeah.
Hagar, Chad Smith, Michael Anthony, and Joe Satriani.
Yeah, that's strong.
That's a good mix, man.
That's strong. Strong. Man, Chad Smith. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
Will
Chad
Ferrell
Smith.
himself.
Chad Hagar.
Mm-hmm. Chad Hagar. Yeah.
That's
Chad Hagriani.
Yeah. I mean, we need more Chickenfoot, by golly.
I agree.
Where is this? I mean, come on. All right. Carrie Moore with the Chaves County Health Council is going to join us as well, too, here. Just a few minutes. Give us an update. Of course, they just had the Health Council, the Health Expo, and, of course, we got a couple other events coming up, too, we want to put on people's radar. Before we do any of that, though, let's do this. Let's get you up to date with the weather. And since my weather is not weathering, I'm just going to roll right through the weather. And we'll get into a quick break, and then Carrie will join us on the other side from the Health Council. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Weather this hour brought to you by Southwest Bearing under new ownership. Custom solutions for your heavy equipment. Hydraulic hoses, hose repair, bearings, seals, sprockets, belts, tools, fluids, and fittings.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Everything looks pretty dry for most of the upcoming week with a big high pressure system still in place over Texas, and that's covering our area too. Right around 100 for the afternoon highs today, and we'll be getting sunshine, just a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear, lows near 70, and then low 100s for the high on Tuesday, and Wednesday will stay sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
The technicians at Bob Reed Pest Control have been providing pest management services for over 50 years and will continue to set high standards for their customers. Protect your family's most important investment, your home, and protect your children and pets from the dangers of poisonous bugs and insects. Everyone at Bob Reed Pest Control are trained and knowledgeable in the latest pest management practices, offering effective treatment plans for each situation. Bob Reed Pest Control. Find them online at BobReedPestControl.com or call 575-623-5344. That's 575-623-5344. Serving all of Southeast New Mexico. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Your favorite time of year is here. Time to get the pool ready. And Mays Lumber in Roswell is your BioGuard headquarters. They have regular chlorine, including pool generators, and Soft Swim by BioGuard for your non-chlorine products. Prepare and maintain your pool for summer the right way for a full season of smiles instead of headaches. Get your pool ready for summer with Mays Lumber, 115 South Virginia in Roswell.
You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
If you plug your nose, you can't tell the difference between an apple, potato, and an onion. Unless you open your eyes. Here's Mike Winters.
Allegedly. Good morning. It is 21 minutes after 9 o'clock. And joining us in the studio this morning from the Chaves County Health Council, Carrie Moore back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Alive and kicking.
Yeah, I guess you can breathe a sigh of relief, after health fair and all that. I mean,
last week was just mental drainage.
Yeah.
Try to reset and come back to life again.
But another big success from everything reports and everybody and talking. Everybody seemed happy and good turnout and good results all the way around.
All the preliminary numbers are showing that. We don't have our final counts in yet. We're waiting for everybody to get their stuff back to us by the end of this week.
Gotcha.
And then I'll put the reports together. But based off what I saw, we're still looking at we saw about 5,000 people come through there. I know we did over 40 youth sports physicals.
Awesome.
I don't know what the final count was on the mammogram bus. But yeah, I mean, we hit it hard and people came out and there was a lot of people going, I can't believe it's this big. It's like, yeah. When I tell you guys that this is a big event, this is a big event.
Well, and I think part of it too, like you mentioned, the RSD partner with you on that side of thing. And I think that instantly kind of gave people a one-stop shop deal. So and the fact it was tax-free weekend, it was kind of this perfect storm of events that kind of made it, this is the place to be to get all this done in one stop. Here,
it was kind of funny because a lot of people were saying, I've never seen this many people in the mall since the 80s, which is true. I mean,
there's some.
And then at 2 o'clock,
ironically, people dressed up in their 80s attire and things.
Right.
Too,
well, that's kind of why we keep it on theme, right? But then after we got done with it and about 3 o'clock when all the booths were done and it was just tables left in there, it was like there was no people. It was back to crickets. It's like, oh, this is sad.
Yeah, it is. They got some great stores in that mall, so support them.
They do, yeah.
Even if they could use some help with the parking lot. But
well, they at least did fill in some holes this year.
Yeah, parts of the blot are better than others, but yeah.
Because before it felt like you were, dipping into like another world in some of them.
Yeah. Are these bomb holes or pop marks? I'm not sure which.
Sinkholes. We're all going down.
Right. This Fallujah? What are we doing? But yeah, it was another great success, and hopefully everyone got to go that wanted to and get some great information, take advantage of some great opportunities, and have some fun too, I hope.
Yeah, and if you missed it, we'll do it again next year.
Absolutely.
First Saturday of August.
Yep.
It's kind of like a rolling thing now, which will be 9 years. So.
I think it's officially a tradition now.
I think so. I think, we're just going to have to.
Yeah.
It is.
And to be honest, we have all the mall things inside. It is kind of a good partnership there where you can because it is kind of a good mixing of commercial, private, nonprofit, for-profit. It's a good mix of everything that there.
And I have mixed emotions on being able to spread out the way we do.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the thing, right? Is because if you spread out, then you have more room to be able to talk and communicate instead of being on top of each other.
And it's a bigger footprint too, which draws a bigger eye, which brings more people too.
Which we gave out pedometers, so this way at least they could count their steps.
Hey, that's part of the thing. It's
because it's so much.
The heart guy's down here, but the leg guy's way down here. Going to get down there.
Yeah, and I make everybody hit every section of that mall.
Sure.
So.
So you're getting ready for a smoothie in the middle there or something. Yeah.
It's time to energize.
That's right. But that being said, now that we're kind of done with that, we're not. Things do quiet down, as far as big events go. But there's still a lot of kind of. Now we transition to fall, and fall's kind of a busy time of year too, and this kind of stuff.
Yeah. So. First thing we have coming up is, the second Wednesday of the month is always our health council meeting.
Yes,
so that's this Wednesday. Since the big bank is kind of emptied out, we haven't really found a true home for our meetings. So this month we're going to be over at the Chaves County Extension office.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
In their new building.
Yeah, check out their new digs.
We've had a couple meetings there, and it's kind of nice, and the air conditioning flows perfectly. So I gotta love that part, right?
Yeah, especially in July and August. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens in the winter. That might become our
unofficial home. Okay.
Unofficial home.
And to be honest, that kind of makes sense. That's kind of when they built the new facilities there and giving a lot of education and meeting spaces. This is kind of kind of fits the vibe there, so it makes sense. Yeah.
You know, it's a long time before I get my goal because I'd like the health council to have its own
entity
where we have that meeting space, because then we can do community meetings and we can do all kinds of different things at different hours and different times.
Of course, if you have your own facility, maybe do your own outreach events and things from the parking lot or whatever. There,
but we're just not funded that way.
Sure, not yet. Give it time. Keep,
hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed,
That's
man.
right. Yeah.
It'd be nice to be permanently funded, but you know. So we have that going on this Wednesday from 12 to 1.
Okay.
There is a light lunch provided. So yeah, it is.
Come peckish.
come peckish, yeah. And then this Saturday is our Together with Veterans meeting.
Excellent.
And that'll be over at the American Legion at, 1620? Yeah, Post 28.
Yeah, on North Montana there.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that starts at noon.
Yes.
So, and what we're doing is this is the planning phases for the stand down, which will be in October.
Very good.
So for those who don't know, the stand down is where we do street outreach for the homeless population to try to connect them with services.
Yes.
So whereas the Health Expo is a lot of information and you get to know what's available in the community, the stand down is very specific. There is no paper handout. This is not an information.
This is physical needs.
Right.
Physical,
so, you know, we assess and we figure out how to help and move you off the streets into
triaging and getting these sounds like we're doing a MASH unit. It's very much like that.
Yeah, it's exactly. Yeah. And because we don't have a true count on our veteran population that are homeless here, it's like we would just reach out. Let's just do the entire population.
Absolutely.
And this way we can figure out and help as many as we can. So we'll have veteran resources plus just regular resources in here.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense because that's the veteran mindset. It's like people need people help. That's what we do.
Right.
People,
yeah. So if you have a resource, if you're part of a resource that does that kind of work, come reach out to the Health Council. Let's get you there.
Yeah.
If you want.
I guess, pool resources, so to speak, on this type of
stuff.
Yeah,
and we pull in, because of the veteran pieces to it, and because we don't have a whole lot of the veteran resources here, we bring them in from across the state. So we will have some entities that normally we never see here except for once in a blue moon.
And one thing I like, and this is a good thing, people hear veteran, it adds a different level to things. With people, and I'm blessed, it should be that with all people. But that being said, when people say veteran, people instantly are more willing to open their heart, if that makes sense a little bit.
Well, yeah, it's because they gave...
I mean, obviously, but I mean, ideally, we would want that for everybody, for all people. But veterans are like, look, if I can exploit to help others to do that, come on down. And, thank you for your service. Thank you. Help these people. That's kind of like me, and I know many of my veteran compatriots think that way. So,
yeah. So again, if you have one of those resources, get a hold of us, and we would love to have you participate. If you want to volunteer, it takes a lot of volunteers to put on these kind of events.
Yeah.
Because we'll even serve food. Because how do you get people to come? You give them something to eat.
Hey. Church has figured it out, right?
Yeah.
Every church, you're eating somewhere, or some downstairs, or somewhere before, or after, or during, sometime you're eating.
So we're looking for volunteers on that. Again, that's Saturday starting at 12 at the American Legion over on Montana. So we'll do that. Then we've also got, August is Overdose Awareness Month.
Okay.
And I don't know if y'all have noticed that the courthouse is now purple.
Purple for courthouse, yes. I saw it online. I haven't been down at night yet when I see it, but
I had to go hang out downtown just so I could get a photo.
Get a glimpse.
I'm like, I'm never down here, and I was like looking at the Earth cam. I was like, dang it doesn't show it. I'm gonna have to go down there.
Well, sometimes you get the 50s and you turn to a pumpkin when it gets dark.
I turned into a pumpkin about 4:30. Man.
It's like, isn't it dinner time? Judge Judy's on. It's time for dinner.
It's all those years of working in the restaurant. It's like as soon as I'm done with the shift, then it's just like decompress and it's been too many years, so I stay that way.
Exactly. It's like I go into coma mode or something.
Yeah, breakfast, lunch, and dinner is at 4:30.
That's right. Yeah, timing. But but if you haven't seen it, and I'm assuming it'll be up through the month of August.
It'll be up through the whole month of August, and then because of that, we're going to do a overdose awareness event.
Okay.
So on August 31st, We are starting at 6. We're going to have a vigil.
Okay.
So
is it going to be on the
courthouse
lawn here downtown? Okay.
Yeah. So I think at 7:30 we'll do a dusk glow stick. I'm not going to do candles.
Yeah. Well, in 7:30 it's still kind of not quite dark yet.
Not quite dark. It'll be a little bit darker because the sunset's about 7:30.
So you won't be tripping over yourself, but you can still catch the deal with the glow stick.
Yeah.
Like
if you or somebody you know has a loved one who passed from overdose or poisoning, you can send us photos.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and do big posters.
Nice.
With their names and forever dates. For remembrance.
So we can honor those loved ones and celebrate their lives and mourn their loss, obviously.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll have the resources there.
Just grief counseling to resources.
Narcan, how to get services.
Be honest, that's one thing I think, and I think every human being should learn how to work a Narcan, just because, it's like CPR and things like that. You never know. God, hope to God you never need it, but you never know when life throws at you and all of a sudden you got it here, and if everyone's don't know how to work this thing, that's about as good as useless. So, there's a whole lot of stigma tied to it. Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're a druggie, you deserve whatever you get from it. We shouldn't have to do. And you can have those feelings but they're still people. But the other part to that is narcotics are prescribed. Grandma who has got a little bit of Alzheimer's, who can't remember if she took her meds or didn't take her meds, is now doubled up or tripled up on her doses.
Right.
She could be the one who's overdosing. It could be a kid who accidentally got into something and is now overdosing.
Absolutely.
Or that teen who is experimenting and didn't know what they got in the middle of, you save a life.
Absolutely. It's a human
Every life
thing.
is worth saving.
And I'm going to tell you this right now. 90% of the people you see dealing with drug overdoses and having these episodes, they're not there because they like drugs. They're there because life has dealt them whatever it is, and this is their way of dealing with treating themselves.
This is coping.
In their head, they think they're benefiting it, and their life and their sense of reality is so warped. They don't make rash decisions. And yes, we see the violent side and all that, but if someone's just having an overdose, you help them because that's what you do.
Yes, because we're human.
That's right. This is when someone's, it doesn't matter how they got there. If the person, so let me ask you this: say a guy ran out the street, wasn't looking, dumbly, and got hit by a car. It'd be like, well, dummy deserved
it was their fault.
And everyone just keeps going about their day. Or are you going to try to help this dude?
Exactly.
What's the difference?
You're right, and that's that's the hardest part of it, right?
Yeah.
It's like you sit here and it's like, if you accidentally, a dog ran out and hit it, let's stop and help the animal, but we can't help the person.
It kind of deserved it, so don't try too hard.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's people's mindset sometimes.
It is. And it's just, it's so hard.
Yeah.
And it's like, and honestly, it's probably a lot of people who've never seen that.
And look, I understand the mindset from they teach you the lessons, and I get all that. But guess what? We still make mistakes. It doesn't mean you don't help. You don't try to fix it.
Right.
Guess what? If they survive this and do all this, that's going to be a great lesson that they're probably going to teach other people the dangers of it. Maybe avoid someone else doing the same thing. You don't know what you're setting up for the next thing by not helping, and that's.
Well, and, a lot of times people don't learn things on one try.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason we have 12 years of school, right? Because you have to keep repeating the information so that it sticks. The same thing with drug addiction.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a whole lot of effort and a whole lot to get inside those warped minds.
Sure.
And try to bring them back so that they can see, hey, look, I can trust you. Because trust is lost on most of them.
Yeah.
A lot of times that's how they ended up in that situation.
Absolutely.
To start
They
with.
came from an abusive situation or whatever. There's 100 reasons why people get there.
Right.
But regardless, once they're addicted to the drugs, whatever it is, their body has now formed to need it like water, air, and food. And without it, this person will stop being normal. Like there's a point where some people drink and do drugs so much that they literally have to take a bump just to seem somewhat normal. That's where they're at. And so you've got we got to get them help. So that's not normal, because that will kill them at some point.
And today they might not hear the message.
Yes.
Tomorrow they might not hear the message.
Yeah.
But that third time they may hear it.
Yeah.
That fifth time, that sixth time, just don't give up.
Sure.
Let's just keep talking about it.
Yep. Absolutely. So that's why, and to be honest, look, you and I grew up in the same era when it came to like suicide. When we were kids.
Don't talk about that.
Yeah, it was looked at literally like, what a selfish, evil person for doing that to all of us. That was the mindset of all of suicide in the 80s and beyond before that and things.
And unfortunately, it's still in the mind of some people today.
It does, but there's so many, thank God we have moved the needle in such a different direction on that.
Right. Yeah, I've lost 2 family members to suicide. And I can tell you, my little brother, it kills me. And I come from a family. We don't talk about it. And we still don't talk about it. And, of course, I have no family members left. So there's nothing to talk about anymore. But when they start doing all the awareness events, I don't go because I haven't processed it. And it's been over 20 years.
Right.
And, people that are in those depressive states where there's no hope left.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that's where my brother was. And my brother, he was the football star. He was the basketball star. He was popular. Everybody loved him.
That is often the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody would have known. Nobody would have guessed.
I mean,
what he was struggling with.
I had a good friend. He wasn't related, but he was a close friend. We were camped for years. He was a good guy. Good guy, salty there too. Really leader, just a real, that guy had it with it. Same kind of deal. He actually rode bikes for Team Nike and could run a 4-minute mile, and he would literally call Nike up and they just send him bike shoes. Like, this guy had it all, and end up hanging himself, killing at the very camp we worked at, during the off season, and it was devastated and all that. But yes, it's exactly, and unfortunately, there was a stigma on that guy and he was the best dude, but because it happened then, there's always the,
right.
And I'm like, man, and it's unfair that for his short 18 years or wherever he was on the earth with us, I knew him for so much more than that. Most people are going to remember that, and that's it, and it's so wrong. But
and it's all tied together because it's a behavioral health issue.
Yeah.
There's some kind of psychosis.
Yeah.
I mean, some people deal with it via suicide. Some people deal with it via drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, it's both. Some people hibernate and don't come out of their house.
Yeah.
There's a whole way the entire universe copes with things.
Yeah.
Some people are aggressive and mean. Some people sit in their house and take it. I mean, look at domestic violence.
Sure.
I mean, it's all tied to the same way. And so we have to stop treating people who have issues as degenerates.
Yep. Yeah, we have to face it head on, deal with, it's like domestic violence. It's a cycle. Granted, we all look at domestic violence and see that and say and it is. I mean, it's an awful thing, but we're starting to see, I think, where now there's programs for offenders. You know what I mean? There's actual where people can go, because 90% of the time, the person that was offending was probably abused as a child themselves. It's just the cycle that what goes on. And so for the first time, we're starting to see the root of domestic violence and start attacking that part as opposed to just treating the bumps and bruises and pushing it under the rug and say, oh, just do better. That's what we're talking about.
And that's the thing is we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because if we don't talk about it, then we just all hide it and stick it in the closet and nobody wants to discuss it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we don't address the issues.
Yeah.
And it's a hard thing to discuss. I mean, like I said, with my brother, I still don't really discuss it. And it's mostly because I cry and don't like when I cry.
Well, and let's face it, the longer it goes, the harder it is.
Yeah.
Because you've buried it, you've found a way to deal with it in some way, shape, or form. You've coped with life, and you're like, all right, I'm functioning. Do I want to open that can of worms and see where that's going to take me? And I get it, because I'm right there. Things in life, you're just like, all right, I should have dealt with that better then, and now I'm it's just, but I got to be honest, we didn't know any of this crap when we were young. I mean, psychiatry, the mental side of health, is in its infancy, to be honest. It really is. And they did, a generation before you and I, they were literally patting them up in rooms and lock them away and saying, forget about them. It was literally the 80s and 70s where they finally said, maybe we should do something other than treat them like guinea pigs and lock them up and hide them away.
Well, and then, they swing completely opposite on the other side of that, right? So we locked everybody up for anything and everything. Yeah. And then now we don't lock them up for anything.
Right.
And so, we have some people who need services, but we don't have enough services.
We need something in between.
Right. We need group homes where, we have autism is kind of huge, and it's not a behavioral health. It's a neurological disorder.
Sure.
But sometimes they don't necessarily can't function on their own. But they don't need to be in a secure facility.
Right.
They just need somebody who can check on them.
Sure.
And one of the problems that we have is that as parents, we hover. We take care of everything, but we don't realize, well, wait, I'm not always going to be here.
Sure.
So we have to figure out how to make...
You need someone that you can disconnect the love portion a little bit so you can let them be adults or be independent of when they, because especially when you're probably dealing with someone that you've literally taken care of your whole life, and you got to say, let them figure it out.
And to me, that's where we need like the group homes where there's somebody who can check on them.
Yeah.
But they still have that independence.
Sure.
And there's
let them stumble a bit or let them learn. Yeah.
Schizophrenics, they go off their meds all the time because, well, I feel fine or I don't like how it makes me feel, but there's nothing wrong with me because I'm in my right mind now. But, 10 days, 20 days later, they're right back where they were.
Sure.
And,
There's that one. Turn on Netflix. There's 30 of them, but there is the one with the elevator case. I think it's called The Elevator or something like that. And it's that story where she was she got off her meds but she was. And to be honest, before that, she was like a high functioning college student, very in the limelight. So it's very, the poster child for a good person. I don't know what you want to call that, but you know what I mean? Just like the quintessential perfect life type thing. And then, there's this. So, but that's what, this is exactly what you're talking about. But again, I know we're kind of soapboxing a little bit here today, but that's okay.
That's what we do at the Health Council.
The point is, we with this being the Substance Abuse Awareness Month here, we take notice, think about this stuff, use things like this, other than saying, "Ooh, the courthouse is purple." Let's because we're all impacted in some way, shape, or form by whatever abuse of drugs, and either it's your friend, someone someone directly in your house, maybe it's you yourself. I mean, we're all impacted in some way, shape, or form, and so it's easy to judge. It's an easy thing. Let's educate ourselves. Let's see what we can do to be part of to correct it in the right direction, as opposed to just saying, "Wow, sucks to be you, not my problem. I'm moving on with my day."
Right.
You know what I mean? Because guess what? At some point, it will impact you.
Yes. and today may be the day that their life changes.
Yep.
So let's help them.
Yep. 211 is, again, the number you call during business hours, please. If you have any questions regarding healthcare stuff or resources or anything. I know ever since our flood a couple years ago here, it kind of shifted its mission a little bit to kind of help people getting resources to other things, anything really health related, so of course directly through looking for doctors, looking for resources. But even if you're looking for like places to get food, if you're needing help, if you're needing housing issues, if you're having these kind of issues, 211 is a resource you to call to see if they can help you, put you in a direction to find some help for you.
Right. And here's the thing, guys, is the Health Council and 211 does not have any funding. So 211 is not funded at all.
Yeah.
Which is why I answer the phone. The few occasions where I might get a grant, then I'll hire somebody to help alleviate.
Sure. Does the funding pay to keep the phone line open, basically?
We do things like have a health expo.
Yes.
To help keep the phone line.
Sure.
I mean, and then we have volunteers or sponsors who help us print the resource guide because it is an unfunded program for us. And so we do the best we can with it. The wellness guides are out. If you want one, come to the meeting on Wednesday.
Yes.
and get you a copy of it. I'll have some there, and then we'll start pushing them out into town.
If you want, leave a few here too. We can always keep. People always come in from time to time here and grab one. I know we had some, but I think we gave them all out.
Yeah, I usually run out in February.
Yeah, but if you get a few more, leave them here. I know we had some earlier, but I think they're.
I'll bring you some.
You're gone. But and please come to the meeting, get involved, step up on these, and then obviously the event on the 31st. We want to see people come out, but we're going to talk. I think we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Of course, the stand down day. What was that date again?
That one is October.
Yeah, I know we got a little bit of time out.
16th or 15th.
But if folks want to get involved with that, as 16th. Far as offering their services or wanting to help in way, shapes, or forms, whether it's serving there or you or your organization would like to be at the event to help triage and help find resources for homeless folks, do all that. Please call the 211 number.
Call the 211. If you're a faith-based organization, we want you there because we need you as well. Because it takes every person in our community to be able to address these problems.
Absolutely.
So faith-based, nonprofit, government, for-profit,
We kind of got it all covered. We want all bases covered here.
Yes.
That's kind of, obviously Food Not Bombs and With Many Hands are going to be highly involved in this event and things too. And so, and of course they're non-faith based, but bring it all. That's what because you want all of that. You want, everybody's different. Some people are spiritual, some people aren't, and you want to help people regardless of what their background is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not about you sometimes.
Because sometimes if you just start, and then they may just kind of move over to that side. You know, they might discover that spiritual side might be where they want, but if you hit them hard at it to begin with, it might not be.
Last time I checked, that's how Christianity worked. Is you get Jesus came and helped people and brought them back to God. That was kind of. That's how the whole mission there,
Yeah.
That's so. But anyway, this is we would love to get. I would love to, a community event where we have the. That's just it. We have the people. We have the stuff. If we can just get this stuff together. I know, as a state, there's all kinds of hullabaloo and things on money and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, if people roll up their sleeves and just care, that's half the battle sometimes. And then if there's enough of that, then guess what? The grants start, the more people that get involved, the more eyeballs that get on things, the more things get exposed, and then the more people start throwing money at problems.
Right.
Does that make sense to you?
Well, yeah, because here's what I was trying to say with 211 is that we are unfunded, which means that we don't have money for resources. So a lot of people call us thinking that we can help them pay their rent.
Sure.
We don't have those resources. No. We have no funding for any of that. No. And guess what? Neither does anybody else in the county.
The only one that could maybe sometimes is Salvation Army, but
no, they don't do housing.
Okay, they
have a very specific.
They do utilities, if I remember right. Yeah.
Gas.
Oh, gas. Oh, okay. All right, very good.
So and that's kind of the thing, right? Is like people think that there's all these resources available. There's not.
Yeah.
It's actually hitting the streets and figuring out. And part of 211's job is we find out what resources are available, but we're also tracking the gaps. So that way we can say, hey, look, this is what the community needs.
Right.
Maybe we need some eviction protection here because our rent prices are high compared to what our salaries are in this town. So, yeah, I forgot where I was going.
Right.
I have those.
But what you're saying is we kind of expose those needs and try to put the spotlight on it so we can get proper funding, proper resources to start pay attention to that. And that's kind of where I was kind of going. The same thing what you're saying is let's get the eyeballs on it so people say we need to do something about this, and let's start putting our pink bows out and raising a bunch of money and doing all that kind of thing. That's what we want to do.
And it's not always just about raising money, because sometimes money helps, but it might be, hey, we need some finance classes to go along with it so that we can start training and teaching and doing the things that because they don't do life skills in school anymore. And everybody thinks that everybody knows. They just know it, right? Well, they don't just know it, because that's why nobody can count change back.
Absolutely. It's like when we had Wings for Life on just a couple last week or two here, and the very reason why those organizations exist and why they're so valuable and need to be supported because they're training, because they're teaching kids and families, because that's what, we talked about. Like, if your parents never taught you how to balance a checkbook, how are you supposed to know how to balance a checkbook and teach your kids how to balance a checkbook?
Right. And if you have kids, then it's great because, there's organizations that are helping the kids. Yeah. There's very few organizations that help the adults.
Right. And that's kind of where we need to trickle it up a little bit.
Right.
Yeah. And again, it's the teach the man to fish versus giving him a fish or whatever the saying is. But yeah, the same kind of deal here. But again, another soapbox, 211, call if you have any questions. Please get involved. Come to our health council meeting. If you're listening to this stuff and, we're right and you get involved, you're invited. Come to our next health council meeting, just so happens to be here on Wednesday.
Wednesday, 12 to 1 at the county extension office.
Yes. And come peckish, because there'll be light refreshments.
Light.
One cheese stick for you.
And one carrot.
How many times you dip that carrot in that ranch dressing? No, I'm kidding.
We don't have budget for ranch. What you talking about? There's no ranch left in this country. They took it all during soccer.
I stole a mayonnaise packet from the fast food. I'm going to put that on. Oh, man. Carrie, did we get it all?
I think so.
Good. Deal. As always, thank you for what you do, and thank you, keeping everyone involved with that. I know we have some great people involved, along with you on this kind of stuff, and so we're very thankful. And folks, take advantage of this. Let's get out there. Again, if you're waiting on other people to make your community better, you're going to be waiting a long time. Get up there and do it yourself. That's how it's going to get done.
And come join me.
Yes.
The Health Council, we take anybody and everybody.
That's the thing. All ideas are good ideas, and we want to, it's information, the collecting, the pooling. Once we know it all, then we can start addressing those things, and that's what it's about.
It's all about building a better Chaves County.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Carrie.
All right.
I'm feeling a little hungry now for some reason. I don't know why.
I'll bring you a carrot.
There you go. With some mayonnaise. All right. It's 9:53. I just killed appetites there. Let's play news and a quick break before they kick me off the radio. Don't go away.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Iran's president says its new supreme leader is calling for unity as the Islamic Republic faces economic hardship and sanctions stemming from its war with the United States. Iran says talks with Oman to reopen the Strait of Hormuz are progressing, but stresses that resuming traffic in the strait is tied to U.S. concessions. Yemen's defense minister announced the death toll in the latest attack by Houthi rebels. Israel's military says it has declared a town in the West Bank hit hard by settler attacks off limits as a closed military zone for the time being. Hunter Biden says his father's health is getting worse. Hunter Biden, in an interview with BBC, said his dad's health is on the decline. Quote, the cancer has spread. It's metastasized into his bones, and further, it is very painful, he says. And the financial markets today are reacting to the latest news in the Strait of Hormuz. NASDAQ down 28. This is
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Interesting story. New York Times, moderate Democrats now fear that all these DSA radicals are poised to seize their party's presidential nomination in 2028. It's sort of like it's all been happening. They've all been cowering in fear. None of them have the courage to take them on because they know they'll be primaried and kicked out of office like some of their peers. But they've known this has been going on. This is, since 2019, you're looking at 250 elected DSA members in 40 states. We are preparing for the next war that is coming, said Jonathan Cowan, the president of the Third Way, leading centrist Democratic group, revealing to the New York Times a new $15 million effort between now and 2028 to discredit democratic socialism.
Check out the Sean Hannity radio show later today, right here.
I keep reminding people everyone needs a personal safety security strategy. That's why I keep telling you about this incredible new technology. It's byrna.com. Now, these are serious self-defense tools that are built for real Americans that refuse to be victims. It's that simple. And you don't need to be a Navy SEAL to use one. Now, first time out of the box, you'll be ready to use it. The beauty is it's legal in all 50 states. You don't need a permit. You don't need a background check. No government bureaucrat will stand between you and your safety, and they'll ship it right to your door. That's actually called freedom. You keep the threat away from your wife, your kids, your home. You control the situation. You don't let danger get that close. You don't have to. Anyway, just go to byrna.com/Hannity. That's byrna.com/Hannity today, and be ready, because you never know. There are a lot of bad people in this world, and you have to protect yourself, your family.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. Everything looks pretty dry for most of the upcoming week, with a big high pressure system still in place over Texas, and that's covering our area too. Right around 100 for the afternoon highs today, and we'll be getting sunshine, just a little bit breezy. Overnight it'll be clear, lows near 70, and then low 100s for the high on Tuesday, and Wednesday will stay sunny. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Oil prices have been on the rise again amid the apparent impasse over the Strait of Hormuz. Inflation will be the focus this week, with new data from July landing at midweek. European consumers can expect natural gas from Cyprus to help meet their energy needs by March 2028. That word from Cyprus's energy minister. The Eastern Mediterranean becoming an alternative energy source for Europe as Russia's war in Ukraine and Middle East instability push Europe to find new sources. Two drivers of Mercedes-AMG cars have filed a class action lawsuit against the luxury automaker, saying that the AMG logo on their driver's seat gets so hot that it literally brands them and causes burns. The plaintiffs want Mercedes to compensate them for medical and other expenses. No comment from Mercedes. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-358-9218. 800-358-9218. 800-358-9218.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
And good morning. It is closing in on 10 o'clock, but I'm off. I can't. I'm kicked out of the automation system, so I don't know when exactly it's going to go off here, but at some point it's going to kick me off the radio. But if you missed any part of the show, log on to our website, ksvptv.com.